Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show today. Happy to have you here. Hopefully, you've had yourself a good week. Today, we're diving into Wonderland and Alice's Little Adventure. Quite a famous series of books that people seem to like. That one and the old Oz one. People like that one too. And there's more of those, though. How many Oz books are there, Jeff?
You might want to ask Eric about that one. Oh, wait, he's having a smoke.
He's having a smoke, yeah. But anyway,
I know there's Oz, a Return to Oz, and another
I
Oz.
think there are at least a handful. But anyway, we're talking about Alice. And, even though there's some controversy around it, the general concept is we got a young, bratty girl, spoiled girl, who falls into a hole after a rabbit with a pocket watch, which, as they do. And she goes through a various number of drug-induced adventures, which she partakes in, which I don't know the rules back in those days. But nevertheless, she ends up growing up and finding herself and, becoming mature-like. That's kind of, a lot of stories have those themes. Have you noticed that? Particularly about the girls. I wonder if someone in, trying to tell us something.
I don't know.
Girls make a lot of times girls can make for interesting, like sympathetic characters. Because
Chester, sympathetic.
Yeah, that's kind of Alice is not sympathetic though.
You don't think so?
Kind of kin to Wendy, Peter Pan. I think it has more to do with the fact that you see, girls when they get around that 10 years old, they have a little bit of a problem going on. See, they're smart enough because they're way smarter than the boys in the beginning, right? They're smart enough to understand their sexuality, but they're 10. Yeah, and therefore they become very, what's the word, Jeff? Annoying.
Yes, sir, I'm very uncomfortable you talk about 10-year-old sexuality.
Well, that's their problem, and they have become noisy and annoying. It's the kind of the issue. I'm sick of it as well. I'm on board for that. But simple fact that boys are just dumb around that age, so they're easy to deal with. But teenage girls are not.
I wouldn't.
Boys are usually dumb till their 30s.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Or more.
Or more, yeah.
This is when they start. That's actually the age when they start getting their stubborn streak.
That's true. That is true. But there are a lot of stories to talk about those kind of things. You know what I'd like to see, ladies? Maybe you can advise one, because I'm sure one exists. A book about a coming of age, a girl's coming of age, written by a woman, though. Because the ones I know, the famous ones I know, are all written by men. Which is fine. I mean, it's not like you can't write about something you study or see.
What about Jane Austen's book? I think it's, I don't know.
Jane Austen? Isn't that about like old women having gigolo men?
Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty sure.
You're thinking of Jane Seymour.
But I think it's their books are fell into that category.
I would say like Pride and Prejudice, although the girls are a little bit older, so it's like more about girls who are like aging up and then they're worried they're not going to grow into the women they want to be. So it's sort of touches, but not from that like little girl age group. I have not seen that.
Yeah, it would be interesting because the ones I just mentioned are, and Dorothy as well, because she's a snotty.
Hey, you lay off Dorothy.
Dorothy's
the badass zombie killer.
No, she's a snotty, spoiled little brat that wants to get away from these stupid yokels and go into the wider world, and she ends up having an adventure and growing up.
I mean, I've read that book. I did not get that from Dorothy.
Oh, I got it 100%. Dorothy was absolute little brat.
Oh, I should try reading it again. I thought she seemed like a nice enough little girl, but in a really impossible situation. You might like Pollyanna. That's about the same age.
That sounds like a threat.
What? That you might like Pollyanna?
Yeah. Now, is that written by a lady, though?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. No, seriously, I wouldn't mind to see the same age perspective from a female, because the ones I know are all written by men.
Sailor Moon is written by a lady.
Wow. You can leave now, Johan. We're having a serious conversation, Johan, and you bring up Sailor Moon.
Isn't Isn't Twilight supposed to be that that book?
No,
Uh,
Yeah, that girl is so boring, though. That girl. What is that girl's
You
name?
need-
She's such a
You
boring.
need
I've
to
only
watch
seen-
Red.
I
That,
did watch
Disney
Red.
that panda.
Oh no, I was thinking about the older
Yeah,
one about
it's,
Little
no,
Red
no, it's
Riding
about
Hood.
the girl having her period and turns into a giant red panda.
Oh,
You don't know.
oh,
No,
as you
she
do.
do it.
Uh,
That
I
was
will.
a-
I would say though that the other Red was definitely made for teenagers. But there was just, it's one of those things that just got a quality. I can watch it every now and then. You know the one I'm talking about? It's very artistic. It's Little Red Riding Hood, but it's made for like 12-year-olds.
Oh.
I love him. You know, that kind of stuff.
I don't think I know that one,
You
but
might like
I
it.
guess it might be good. Yeah, Pollyanna's a nice book if you want to try one about somebody growing up, and it's kind of an interesting story. She starts off as, well, I mean, an even younger girl, but again, she's a lot younger than, well, I think like Alice and Dorothy and Pollyanna were all like a little bit before like the teenage, younger than
Yeah.
would have been from like Twilight or anything Jane Austen was writing. So those are very much stories about little girls. And Pollyanna, she loses her family, and she's being adopted into some distant relatives, and just she's trying to be optimistic about the world around her and try and see the bright side of things. And how
Isn't that kind of Anna of Green Gables? Isn't that similar?
I mean, I could see them being in a similar vein. Although I think Anne of Green Gables is maybe she's a little more dramatic. So Pollyanna, I think, is a little more grateful. So if you like characters who are more optimistic and less selfish in motivation, even though they're also children, that would probably be like Pollyanna. She's a great little girl, and she does her best to help everyone, and her positivity kind of helps a lot of people in the neighborhood who've been kind of a little embittered by things that have happened or don't have their priorities quite straight.
Oh, I see. It's one of those books. So she's more representing the angel. I see. I thought, in my head, you know what I was thinking, Eric? Pippi Longstocking.
Little House on the Prairie? Oh.
No, well, that too. But no, Pippi Longstockings. That's the image in my head, yeah. But she's more of like an elf figment type of character, isn't she?
Pollyanna makes me think of Pollyanna, the old movie from Disney with Haley Mills. Was Haley Mills in that one?
Wow, you're bringing up a very pointy bra era, sir.
I guess it's the same Pollyanna. I didn't see the movie, but it would be funny for Disney to make a Pollyanna movie about Pollyanna.
Yeah, it would be. That's true. But anyway, we're off subject. We're supposed to be talking. Well, we are kind of talking about Alice in Wonderland. But the great thing about Alice in Wonderland is everybody knows it, right?
Yes.
I mean, let's just check. Indonesia. Johan, have you ever heard of Alice in Wonderland?
Of course.
Okay, see, they're confirmed worldwide.
Worldwide.
Worldwide. And of course, Alice also was different than some of the other ones because there's clearly drugs involved in the writing of this book. I mean, obviously. I mean, has anyone even argued against this? I don't think so. But because of that, it's trippy, and you could do a lot. You know, I'm surprised we don't have more Alice stuff because we have the famous Disney one. We have the remake with what was his name again?
Johnny Depp, but it's also Disney.
Oh yeah, Johnny Depp, that guy.
That's also Disney.
Which is also Disney, and
Disney.
it was, I don't know, very mediocre.
Yeah. I think
it's very colorful.
It
is. That is true. It's got good colors.
And I like the Jabberwock. I enjoyed that.
What about the one
he was.
Mark Stewart as the Mad Hatter and Whoopi Goldberg as the Cheshire Cat?
That's right. They did make her the Cheshire Cat.
I haven't seen that one, but that might be fun.
There you go. But yeah, anyway, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. There's a lot of artistic opportunity for the guys here today. I mean, my goodness, the visuals. And it's
Yeah.
kind of funny as we speak this because on my wall next to me, in my little computer corner here, I actually have some, posters, stuff, stickers, things on the wall. And the one right next to my right hand, right here, is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. And it's the original cover,
Mm.
which has the page rabbit on it,
Mhm.
with his scroll, his little mini trumpet, and his pocket watch.
Such a great drawing.
It is, and he's in a tunic too, so he's not. Usually, we have the Disney image of him in a little business suit, right? But that's not the original. He's just wearing a top tunic with the Queen of Hearts livery on it. So, yeah.
Off
So
with her head.
I have perfect reference right next to me, Eric. It's kind of
There
ironic.
you
Nevertheless, we need to get going.
Nice.
So
Oh, we do?
let's see.
Well, if you stop talking.
Oh, you're right.
Okay.
Okay, Jeff, you get him going. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are now.
can resume-
All right.
You can resume talking now.
Well, thank you.
Hey, Chester, real quick before you get into it,
Uh-huh.
I just looked on Wikipedia on films and television programs based on Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
There have been dozens,
Oh wow. Why don't I
all the way
know
back
them?
to 1903.
That's weird. Why don't I know them? I've seen many Oz stuff, and that's stuck in my head. But the Alice stuff, I only know of two.
There are a few video games, I think. This American McGee's Alice Madness Returns, and
And
a few years back there was I think it's a Android game called Sino Alice. It's made in Japan,
Oh,
I think,
well,
or Chinese. I don't know.
isn't there like a modern video game anime or live action thing that is basically like a horror zombie thingy?
There is
well,
a
there's the
horror
zombie.
Alice game, yeah.
Yeah. I remember seeing some art for that, and it was spectacular. I loved it, man.
Alice and Beauty?
No, it was basically Alice, but she's not a little girl. She's like I don't know. I look like
Usually
adult to
depicted
me.
holding a kitchen knife with blood all over.
Yeah. It's very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, that's the game. Yeah.
Red is the
Bloody.
prominent one. It's very bloody. It's very horrific.
Mhm.
But I love the art style. It was really killer.
American McGee's Alice. Probably.
That's probably
Think
what
I've
it
seen
is.
that
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Very nice
Haven't
stuff. But
seen-
nevertheless,
Yeah,
they have a lot of
I
options.
think they should remake that game. I think it's more fitting to be released
so?
in this time.
Maybe. But I mean,
Graphics
Yeah,
might
maybe.
be
you
better.
can see Alice from a very horrific point of view quite easily, I'd say.
If you want to.
Yes, yes.
I thought it was a very
Sure.
charming book.
Wow, did you read the same book I read? Maybe it's an age thing. How old were you when you read it?
I guess I was pretty young. Sorry, I just got a call I have to run and go
That's
take care of.
okay.
But yeah, I will be right back.
So pretty young. I think a young person would probably not perceive the storyline in it in the same way, because Alice wasn't one of the ones I read as a kid. I read that as an adult. That's interesting, huh? Perspective is different. But I suppose that's always true. What did you guys read when you were young? I know I read The Call of the Wild was one I read when young. Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. Those are big ones from my memory. I read a lot of Piers Anthony when I was little.
Oh.
What did you guys
I
read
don't
when
read-
you were little? Like
I
elementary
don't
school?
read many books when I was little.
No? Oh. I
No.
was voracious. Which means
Yeah.
I read a lot, is what that meant.
That's a big word,
It
Chester.
is. Wow. Well, you know what I see? Now, let me ask you guys a question. You're artists. Maybe you'll be on. Maybe this will be different for you. I used the word the other day on my show as an adjective, a descriptor, and I said her hair had a chatoyance to it. And I literally had to give a definition because no one knew what the word was. Please tell me you guys know what the word chatoyance means, because I thought that was a pretty standard word.
Shatoya Twig.
Wow.
Chatoyance.
What is it? I don't know.
Really?
I think you need to ask the writers in the group and not the artists.
Well, no, I would imagine the
Yeah.
artists would definitely know what a chatoyance is. That's something that you
Never
guys...
heard it in my life. Never
I
heard that
don't
word
know.
ever.
Wow, dude. My perspective is wrong. All right. Fine. Chatoyance
Somebody
means
write that one down. He
a
admitted it.
lustrous, glowing, wavy pattern, often found in gemstones and wood. This is a chatoyance.
We call that L'Oreal Paris.
That sounds like a makeup company. Wow. I really thought that was a standard word. When I was a kid, Eric, you never heard this word?
No, I have not.
Huh.
I grew up in the Midwest, and we're a little backwards here.
Well, no, I mean, I clearly remember the first time I heard this word. I was a Boy Scout. I was young, too, like first, second grade. And we were doing a woodworking project. And I remember the Boy Scout, camp counselor guy, the Boy Scout leader, was first he explained to us knife safety again, which they did every damn time we had a knife in our hand. But then he explained the wood, and he said, look at, here we have this, and look at this chatoyance. That's a good thing. You probably want to put that on the face of what you're making. That's the first time I heard it. I was like, what, 8, maybe? 7, 8?
I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, okay.
Have you heard that?
I feel more lonely now.
Yeah, it happens.
It's okay.
That just
Part of
makes
getting
you,
older.
That's what the sex mountain is for.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm going to have to consult the spirits. This is interesting. Rabbit's doing like a postage stamp, it looks like. That's kind of cool.
I don't have a clue what you mean by that. It's supposed to be an insult.
Alrighty.
I'm not looking at Rabbit's drawing, but I'm assuming a lot of people that do painting start with a frame, a size and a background, and they draw a little frame around it. You might think that's a postage stamp, Chester. I'm sure it's not going to be a postage stamp.
That would be neat little take, though. Okay, I'll move on then. I'll come back later. Let's see. Alan is here. And Alan. Gee, we've been going 1 minute, Alan. I mean, really. No? Nothing? Unbelievable. It's like no time, and it's like instantly cool as hell. I don't know how you guys do that. And then you get this cool thing, and then it takes you 2 hours to finish it. I'm like, what are you doing? It took you a minute and a half to put this down. Now, Alan's not talking today. It's like, screw you. He says my audio is shot. That's all right. We don't need your clever quips, sir.
Thinking audio, man.
We don't know Spanish anyway. It's okay.
That's true. That's true. Especially not the Mexican.
He just doesn't want to know that he just doesn't want us to know that he's scarfing down Taco Bell while he draws.
Oh, fair. That's fair. Although I hear that gives you the runs, though. The funny thing is, I've certainly met a lot of Latino peoples in my life when I was in America, because we have a lot of them. We got border with them, right? I do find it very interesting that several of the foreigners, we got one right here with Johan, born and raised in a completely other part of the planet, but his English is better. Why is that?
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I've met many Mexicans that can barely enunciate a concept in English.
Oh.
I always thought that was weird.
they should watch English YouTube in English more. I think.
You sure? Sure, yeah.
I think so because I learned English from the media, from the games, from the YouTube, the movies, of course.
Yeah, that's interesting you say that. One of one of my favorite YouTubers I watch is an Estonian, and it's
Oh.
Ants Pants, and this is one of those farmer types that can do everything,
Mhm.
anything. And he rebuilt the house and he repairs vehicles. It's more just a DIY type of YouTube. But his English is
Mhm.
really solid. And he said the same thing. He learned his English by
Of
watching
course, yeah.
American TV shows.
That's
Yeah,
why
and
the
actually, around 10 years ago, I went to Spain, and before a week before going there, I watched a few Spanish movies in Mexican, but it's really Spanish, and
Yep.
then I feel like my confidence was increased when talking Spanish. Although, yeah, of course, it's just un dos tres, just like that, but
Right.
there is a surge of confidence just from just a few movies. So
Sure.
I think yeah,
I just don't see
Uno,
that
when
because
dos,
you
I'm a
tres,
book
cuatro, cinco, cinco, seis.
that you. Why did you double one? I'm just a book person, so that's it for me. I don't really see the world that way, I suppose. But obviously
Mhm.
it's true. It's obviously true. And that's interesting.
Yeah.
The best ESL speaker I ever heard in my life, I mean, English is a second language, was a Mongolian. I mean,
The best. Oh,
he had never been to America, never been to Europe. He'd never left that area until just shortly before when he came to Taiwan, where I met him. He was real fun, nice guy. I liked him. But his English was frickin' spectacular. He didn't tell me where he learned it from, but he never went to America or an English place, so he learned it, completely outside of that environment. But his English was perfect. It was impressive.
that's how
yeah,
the new lead
the
singer
same thing
for
with
Journey.
yeah.
YouTube. He was watching YouTube. That's how he
Mhm.
became the lead singer for Journey. He learned by watching videos of their songs. That's how he learned English.
Oh, Steve
Yeah, and
Perry.
my
My God.
That's Steve
compatriot,
Perry.
if you know Rich Brian, everybody knows Rich Brian, the rapper.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, he's kind of, I don't know, maybe he's kind of a little famous over there, I think. But he's Indonesian and same like me. He learns English from YouTube and he's making his own songs in English.
Oh, neat. Yeah, well, that's the market, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's where the money can be made. But that is cool, though. But who was Eric saying not Steve Perry? Excuse me?
Arnell Purnell, whoever the lead singer is for Journey now, he learned his English from watching YouTube videos and became the lead singer of Journey and
Yeah, well,
tours with them.
and my response was he was watching Steve Perry on YouTube.
Could have been. Oh, I thought you
Must
said
be.
it was Steve Perry.
No,
But
my brain
I'll
was
tell you, some of the songs he sings better than Steve Perry.
That is a shocking statement, sir.
I've
I'll
seen them
have to check it
twice,
out.
and
I'll have to check it out.
they're coming with Def Leppard to a stadium concert in St. Louis. I might have to go see that.
Dude. I should be there. That's awesome, dude. Def Leppard and Journey, Steve Perry version. Wow.
Hey man,
It
don't
will be
stop
Steve
believing.
Perry.
Dude, Steve Perry is one of the greatest singers of all time. And the fact that whatever deity rules this reality decided to literally take his voice away should be hung and tried, or maybe tried and hung. Whatever, either way.
Hung by his toes.
Well, I mean, my goodness, what a freaking awesome voice that guy had, and he got hit with I forget what it was, but he literally lost his voice. Done, right? It's crazy, man.
They hung.
Well, you know what it might have been, Tank. It might have been just simply whatever random god saw this and was like, nope, too much of a good thing. Nope, nope. I think that's what happened. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Does anyone here even know Steve Perry? I feel like I'm the only person that knows Steve Perry here.
Oh, Sherry.
I don't know, man.
Okay, this is your homework for the week. Go and listen to Steve Perry. At least 3 songs.
Steve Walsh was better.
No, dude. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. He might have had more character, more interesting, but I'm talking about just singing a capability.
If
He
Perry?
could. I think his voice spanned 4 octaves.
Yeah, no, I'm not
Oh.
dissing him. He's a great singer, dude, but it's a different level of thing. Steve Perry is legendary.
It's different than Tyler Perry.
It's definitely different
Yeah,
than
yeah.
Tyler Perry, sir. Oh my. Oh
I
my.
thought about Tyler Perry.
Yeah. No,
Sorry, dude.
isn't Tyler Perry the one that dresses like a woman
Medea
all the
sings
time?
Journey.
Yeah. There it is. Medina saves Journey. Yeah.
Medea Rockstar.
Yeah. Amazing singer. But Alice in Wonderland. What band was it, Eric, that or Jeff, that loved to have the Alice in Wonderland themed album covers?
Casting.
What was that?
Jeez.
What was that, Tank?
I bet it was Jefferson Airplane. No.
No.
Could it?
It's one very specific
That would sound
one.
right, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me check.
Oh, I thought I heard Tank. Tank's not here. I thought for sure I heard Tank.
I think you're hearing Alan occasionally.
Oh, trying
Pop in with
to
something.
pipe
Yeah.
in. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Although he's not displaying now. I don't have the girls displaying. It's okay. I'll just go back to Eric. I like what you're doing, Eric. You're gaining points.
Yeah, thanks.
It's good. Sheldon says talk about Alice. Alice in Chains. I wonder where they got that name from.
Alice in Chains. What a band.
Jeebus knows I'm trying, says Alan. I'm sure he appreciates your effort.
Genesis?
No, they had cool album covers too. Fine. I'll
You're gonna make me stop drawing in
No,
Google.
I'll handle it. I'll go do it, as I know. Let's see. Which band had Alice in Wonderland themed album
The Osborne.
covers? Once again, I thought I heard Tank and saying Ozzy Osbourne. Okay.
That's Alan,
That's-
dude.
Alan!
Why does he sound like Tank? Oh, Tank always has a bad mic. That's why. Here we go. All right, here we go. Yeah, that definitely sounded like Tank. Screaming from the bottom of his tub.
Oh, that's so well. I need lotion. I need to lotion the skin.
You do? Oh, there you go. Okay, I found a list of various bands. Annihilator. Yes, sir. Annihilator definitely had Alice themed stuff. Dave Hazeltine Trio. Wow, that's a naked Alice with gooses. I don't even know. Stop. Okay. Let's see here. John Entwistle Foundation. All right. No, it's not the one I was thinking about. Nolwenn Leroy Le Cheshire Cat Emoy. Okay. Yeah, no, not that one. Malice in Wonderland. Nice. Yeah.
Four had one called Phallus in Wonderland.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Randy Grief had Alice
Alan,
in Wonderland.
come to the light!
I'm trying.
Come to the light! Children, come to the light. All are welcome. All are welcome.
Oh, I remember this one. Uncle Anesthesia.
Uncle Cracker? No.
No.
Uncle own anesthesia.
Okay. Nazareth. There it is. That's the one
Nazareth.
in my head. That was the one in my head.
Really?
Yeah,
It was
there is.
Nazareth?
Malice in Wonderland. Matt Nazareth. Yeah. Yeah. It's a good band. I like Nazareth. You guys like Nazareth?
I don't know if I heard anything they've done.
I never really
Never
did
heard
research into them. I wonder if they're Israeli.
No,
don't think
they're
so.
Scottish or something like that.
Oh, much worse. That's true. Yeah. Got any Scottish ancestors in you there, Rabbit?
Not that I'm aware of.
Any Welsh or Irish?
No.
No Gael
Yeah,
at
Scottish
all,
hard
huh?
rock band.
Yeah, there you go. No, Nazareth has got some cool tunes, dude.
Which is probably the reason you can't understand the lyrics.
That
What was their big hit? They had one big hit, right?
yeah, no, there was one. They
Now
they
you're
would be
messing with,
considered one-hit wonder. Yeah.
No, they had two of them. Love Hurts. Now you're messing with a son of a bitch. And there was one other too.
Son of a bitch. It's such a good
They didn't
band.
do Radar Love, did they?
No, that was Golden Earring.
It was Golden
Oh,
Earring,
Golden
yeah.
Earring, yeah,
Similar
yeah.
band though.
There was
I-
one more, and it was a much later release. I can't remember what it was.
I like their
Well,
music
since
in
there's only
general, though.
two old people in here, maybe, or three old people, maybe we should stop talking about bands from the 60s and 70s.
Well, I
and get
was
back
just
to
thinking
Alice.
of the one that did the Alice in Wonderland cover. They did the Tea Party, right? Yeah, actually, Radar Love. I'm sure all the youngins know this song. They play it everywhere all the time. It's one of those anthem songs. But Radar Love, I'm going to say something extremely sacrilegious here.
Don't you dare.
I prefer Sammy Hagar.
Don't say it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Sammy Hagar's. Okay.
What do you think I was going to say?
Sammy Hagar did a Radar Love.
He did.
Didn't White
He did.
Lion do one too?
Yeah, White Lion did one.
White Lion
I don't remember
definitely
Sammy
did one.
Hagar
Yeah,
did one.
Not as good. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say White Lion. I was like, oh,
No,
God.
that wasn't as good. Too, no, Sammy did one. Yeah, I don't know if it was a pre or post Halen. I don't really know. But
I don't remember there being a pre Van Halen Radar Love.
I don't know. I don't remember. I just remember seeing Sammy do it, and he absolutely owned it. Yeah.
God, when he was in his prime, before Van Halen, when he was in his prime, he was a fantastic songwriter, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, Sammy killed.
And he had great stage shows.
Well, we got Van Hagar because of it. So
Yeah, I know, but that wasn't as good.
Yeah.
Solo. He was really good. That one
Hagar's better than Van Halen.
heavy metal and 3-lock box. And, oh, jeez, I don't need love.
yeah, no, Sammy was good. It was unfortunate they, David Lee Roth and was such an uncontrollable wild thing, and Eddie Van Halen was such a I don't know what would be the word. What word should I use for Eddie? I don't want to say narcissist, although there are touches of it. Control freak, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I actually have met Eddie Van Halen on many occasions that have nothing to do with Van Halen.
You didn't rip his ear off, did you?
No, but when I was at Berkeley, when I was at university. Well, that was just a college, but I was part of the Rainbow Band at Berkeley. I was a tenor sax player, and he often would come over to Berkeley. I don't know, was he living in Boston? I don't know. But he would often come over, and he was a guest vibes player, not guitar, vibes, with the Rainbow Band. And I guess I don't know what the professor had said, but I guess anytime he wanted, he could just pop on in. And he was such a great musician that there was no problem doing that. So I actually saw and ironically played with Eddie Van Halen as a vibes player. Yeah.
Well, he originally
chew on that,
he
dude.
he originally learned drums, and
Makes sense.
I think it was Alex that originally played guitar, and then they swapped. So it doesn't surprise me
Thank
he was
God.
a vibes player that he could play it because it's where he had started.
Yeah, no, it makes sense now. I didn't know that. But I thought it was the weirdest thing because we all, even though we're all like a jazz blues musicians, right? Everybody knows frickin' Eddie Van Halen, dude, right? So just having him just show up one day, no announcement, the band leader didn't tell us anything. He just showed up. And we're just about to go live, and where everyone's like, in a little bit of a panic, but no problem, dude. Not a problem at all. He even had a couple of solos on the vibes. I don't know what his shtick was with Berkeley and playing the Rainbow Band. I have no idea, but he showed up many times. So,
Chester, I hate to sound ignorant, but for us non-musicians, what's a vibe player?
it's kind of like an electrified xylophone.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Just curious. Thank you.
He was amazing at it. It was just weird. You would figure, you say, "Oh, you met Eddie Van Halen. Oh, cool guitar." Nope. And I've seen Van Halen a couple times on live on stage, so I have seen him play guitar. And what an absolute unique character. I mean, he changed music. That's rare. Someone that comes in and changes music. I mean, a lot of people are they're so great you remember them because of their just high level skill, but he literally changed music. Do you like Eddie Van Halen's guitar playing, Rabbit?
I don't really listen to it. I don't really have an opinion.
Yeah. Well, he did
I
change.
don't really listen to that kind of. I know what he's known for. Obviously, he's not. Obviously, I know it's good, but it's just not my kind of thing.
So, who's your favorite guitar player?
I don't really listen to guitar players as such.
Oh, interesting.
You know what I mean? I know when ones are good and all that, but I'm not really into like all that fancy soloing stuff. Really, I mean, it's good and impressive. But it's not really my kind of thing. I don't listen to it.
I had a
Rabbit
lecture.
doesn't listen to him. He is one.
Who? Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I see. I get it. Yeah. Sorry. I dropped the punchline.
All right.
I did attend a lecture from Steve Vai at Berkeley. That was pretty cool.
I love Steve Vai. I love his playing.
Oh, he's
Steve
such an
Vai.
amazing guitar player. He's a virtuoso without question. But that was neat. And his lecture wasn't like just some because I've been to several like Sting and a whole bunch of other famous people come and will give lectures at Berkeley, right? And most of them don't talk about music so much. They more just Q&A. And of course that means you're just talking about their career, which is fun. It is fun. But he actually get up and talk music, dude. That guy is 100% music literate. 100%.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, if there's a video where somebody asks him about his
Yeah. Did his mic go away? Oh,
I was hoping so.
Oh, really?
Because I couldn't hear him. I was like, I'm hoping the mic just went away. And
no, his rehearsal with or his God, what's the word for it? But anyways, when he first met Zappa.
Oh, Frank Zappa, yeah.
Yeah, his interview or whatever with Zappa, and Zappa had him doing a whole bunch of variations on different chords and stuff like that. And
cool.
It was like he was like, "Oh my God, what do I have to do?" And he has him doing all these different things, and so finally, Zappa calls him up with something else, and he's like, "I don't know." He goes, "I don't know if I should be doing this if I haven't even gotten the gig." And he goes, "Dude, you had the gig a long time ago."
Frank was just checking on him, huh? Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was giving him the business.
Yeah,
But he is
cool.
he's a fabulous guitar player. It's like nothing he can't play.
Oh no, that's true. Yeah. No, I saw Frank Zappa at the Blue Earth Festival in 85, 86. One of those. Yeah, Frank Zappa's amazing. Once again, the youngins don't know what we're talking about. Eric, why did you start this line? How are we talking about this? And oh yeah, Alice in Wonderland album covers. Yep. There it is. Oh yeah, this isn't. It's Rabbit. This is not a postage stamp. I was excited for a second there. I was like, ooh, something eclectic.
I don't know why I would be drawing postal stamp.
Next week, postage stamp night.
Yes. To
not a bad
subvert
idea.
our expectations. It's the new thing, Rabbit.
Hey, where's the guy that chose this topic tonight?
You.
No, I did
No,
not.
it wasn't.
It was
It was,
Andrew.
It was Andrew, and it was a great idea. Where is Andrew? By the way, girls, you are not displaying, just so you know. Alan, you are. I know you're having mic troubles, Alan, but you're not displaying either. I can't see your arts. I can see Johan's, and it's cool. Uh-oh, I just had a weird.
I just took a look at everybody's. Everybody's looks great.
I just had a weird little error code pop up. Froze the screen for a second, then went away. I guess the computer was like, I got this. Thank you, computer. That is cool what Johan has done. He just cheated megally.
Oh,
It was good cheating there. Good job, Johan.
Where did Armoron go? Wasn't he in here a few months ago?
yeah.
I don't know.
he was, and then he
I know he
disappeared.
did.
It's probably because he thought we were doing postage stamps.
Uh-huh.
I'm out.
Sheldon does ask a good question in the chat, which is surprising to me. He says, "Did anyone other than Chester read the Alice in Wonderland books?"
Yeah.
I don't think I ever have actually read the book. I've seen a couple movies. Read a couple comic books, but never actually read the book.
I see. Well, to be fair, for our generation, that's a kind of equivalent to reading, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh well.
They're good books.
Yeah, didn't read it too.
I don't think I had access
But
to
I
it. when
actually very I am interested.
Well, I'm. You're interested. Yeah, they're good books. They are, classics for a reason.
I think
right?
there are sequels to the Alice.
There are actually multiple ones. Let me go check and find out how many. Exactly.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I thought there was just the one.
Through the
There's-
Looking
yeah,
Glass, I think.
Wonderland and Looking
At least
Glass.
there
for
is
sure.
one sequel.
Why is
Because somebody made the, I don't know, like some kind of spoof or anything. And it's a fantasy novel called Looking Glass Wars. I think it's heavily inspired by the Alice in Wonderland. So
I know there's Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass.
And you have Hunting the Snark. You have the Nursery. That's at least 4.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I think that was a collection of poems, though.
A lot of, I mean, even like, I think the Looking Glass had a lot of poems in it. They all do.
Is there
like, little
anything
short
odd
poems and
about
stuff.
the author?
A lot of odd. I mean, he's also an extremely accomplished mathematician, particularly in the field of algebra. He had an absolute obsession with a little teeny girl named Beatrice Hatch, and many people believe Alice is based on her. And he, there's no information that he actually did anything particularly untoward with her. He was also an artist and drew a picture of her naked on a rock on the ocean, though. So
You read the play?
That's
See,
kind of
I read
like
the play,
Peter Pan's
back in
author,
high
Barry.
school.
There's a lot of creepy stuff about him and little kids, too.
Yeah, true. And of course, there's also a little girl called Alice Liddell, which is the daughter of the dean that he was of the university he was working at. That's also the second, because her name is literally Alice. But he's got some salacious stuff on her as well. Yeah, no, the dude was a creep.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It is what it is. There's no evidence he actually did anything to the girls. But he definitely
That's
kind of
fair.
creeped on them and loved to be around them and kind of ogled them and stuff like that. And like I said, there's scantily clad photographs that he took of at least Alice Liddell, and of course his painting of Beatrice, which is very inappropriate. So yes, okay, Lewis Carroll. There you go. But nevertheless, his writing was fantastic.
Okay, so
You know what happened with
now
the Ian Fleming's books, right? I mean, is there any possibility that the Alice in Wonderland would be edited or censored?
No.
the books themselves aren't profane.
No,
not at all.
Is there any?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're neat books.
Yeah, no. The people that are trying to cancel things or for books that have any kind of racial conversation that they feel you're not allowed to talk about race, I guess, even though that's all they do.
Race.
Alice doesn't have any of that. Yeah, Alice is just the coming of age story of a little girl. That's it. What were you trying to say, Amy?
Well, so I got
Yeah.
back on and I got everything set up, and now my phone screen is just periodically going black. And I'm like, oh, so I can hear everyone, but this is going to make drawing very, very hard.
I would imagine, yes.
I'm not having a really good start here,
You
am
hear
I?
Amy?
Oh,
I can hear Amy.
Okay.
I can hear her.
Okay. I can't, so
at
I'm going
least
to log
I
out and come
sound.
back in then.
All right.
Yeah, maybe that'll fix it.
And how's Melissa doing?
She is doing all right. It's actually her birthday today, so
Oh.
our brother called to wish her well. We don't get to hear
Oh.
from him very often, so she's talking to him for a bit.
Oh, nice.
So she's, yeah. So
Okay. How many
catching up with
candles
him.
on the cake?
We actually got cupcakes. It was nice.
See,
So we split a
Rabbit,
vanilla cupcake, and there's still some others left.
they're coy, Rabbit. They're coy.
Okay, well, wish me luck. I'm gonna try and get this working. All right, here we go.
Thank you. And say happy birthday for well, okay. Fine. I was too slow. Oh, look at this. Yeah, no, that's very cool what you're doing there, dude. Alan, I like it. How's the mic doing today? Better? Nope. I heard some 77 cupcakes, says Alan. Yep. I was going through here in Japan for Christmas has become quite the holiday. And the younger generation prefer it to the more traditional Japanese New Year. But one of the things they do here is they eat cake, which isn't really our thing per se. It's not specified or it doesn't stand out. But for them, it's a day to eat cake. The kids, of course, here in Japan, their variety of cake is excessively limited. They have a strawberry cake, they have chocolate cake, and they have chestnut cake. Pretty much. That's pretty much it. Yeah. They turn it
No, I
into
don't
like
think
a
I've
frosting.
had chestnut cake.
Yeah, you won't want to. It's pretty awful.
Sounds pretty horrible.
Okay.
They got like a matcha cake. It's very limited. It's super limited. So I was talking to the kids and I said, there's a lot of cakes you guys are missing out. So I brought up.
Here comes the red velvet cake.
Well, red velvet. What I was looking at is a worldwide poll on the top 50 cakes. Right. My favorite, red velvet, was number 3. So I feel vindicated.
Oh, cool. There you go.
Of course, I asked all the kids, and mainly they eat chocolate cake on Christmas. That's a Christmas cake, the chocolate cake, or the chocolate cake. You know, the French one,
Mhm.
right? But I went through, and wouldn't you know, what was the very number one choice worldwide of cake?
Angel
Please
food.
tell me it wasn't chestnut.
It was chocolate.
Yeah. German chocolate.
German Forest was down the list about halfway, actually. The German cherry cake, chocolate cherry cake, which is amazing. But nevertheless,
That does sound
hopefully,
good.
the point I was making to them, because I introduced things like coffee cakes and angel food and sponge cake and all different kind
Pineapple
of
upside down?
upside down cakes, which are amazing. You know, a soaked cake. I introduce all kinds of different cakes to them. And hopefully they will go home and irritate their mothers to make them something different.
Cake.
It's like a yellow cake, but it's full of sprinkles.
Well, no, I mean, because there's so many fun cakes, right?
Oh
And here in Japan, they have a very, but it's not their thing. It's not their culture. It's a new thing.
Cake is kind of. Is it a good texture though? I mean, does it have a good crumb and not too dry?
Which one?
Oh, I suppose like whatever the cakes you normally have are.
Oh,
Are
you're
they like
saying what are the quality of the Japanese cakes? Oh, okay.
yes?
Well, when I came here like 26 years ago, or 27 years ago initially, their cakes were bad. They were bad. They were
Oh,
bad.
okay.
But now, you know, 26 years later, they've certainly leveled up their game quite a bit, to the point that I actually enjoy a few cakes from time to time. But Japanese are kind of like this way in every way. They're constantly leveling up different things they find. That's what they do. Like bread is still not there. Bread's still not
No.
there. It's getting close though.
Okay, well, that's good.
Cheese.
They've only had it how long?
Not long.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta keep in mind it was just like during our Civil War period.
I'll be back.
That the Commodore Perry came over and tried to open up Japan, and in a way he did, just not for us. And they had a panic. The Japanese had a huge panic because they were kind of hiding behind their walls, as they do from time to time, and they realized that they had fallen way behind. And when they closed the doors in 1603, well, 1673 really,
Sure.
they were at the top of all manner of technological abilities at that time. And in just the course of 2.5 centuries, they fell to, almost primitive level. So they were panicking, and they very, very quickly tried to catch up with the world, and they made a decision to copy the Germans, which I kind of get why they did it. But that kind of led them down the primrose,
Yeah.
dead primrose path.
Great.
Yeah. But nevertheless, in that period, a lot of things came to Japan that they had never had. For instance, family names. Hear that?
Really?
Oh.
Didn't have that. Only the elite were allowed family names, but now everyone can have one. So when you meet a Japanese person, they give you a name. The name probably is a location, meaning next to the river or rice field near a mountain is what their names mean. But it's very new. It's brandy new, fresh idea for them.
Wow.
And
How do
also
they trace back their lineage?
they don't.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
wow.
just serfs. I mean, you got to understand Asia. Unless you're an elite, you are a slave. And that's the end of the conversation. So who cares about us?
The same with Java too. Japanese people.
Yeah, sure.
In
Asia has not known the concept of freedom. It's not a thing for them. We in the West, even though we have kings and queens, we always have that rebellious streak. They have to keep us happy. Even if you look at well, it's true. Even if you look at the Romans, the power of the Senate is in bread and circuses, right?
Bread and circuses. Yeah.
So I mean, the Asia doesn't have these concepts. But nevertheless, other things were introduced during that time, like eating meat. The joy of pork, Wow, that's new. Um, many,
So no
many,
bacon?
many, many things. Yeah. So therefore, cheeses, breads, meats, which they're still struggling with, cakes, all these kind of things are really only about 100 years they've had them.
Wow. So like every good thing.
Yep, yep, and they're working on it. They're leveling it up. Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's good. That's gotta be kind of exciting, though, taking something that has such a long tradition and then introducing it into like a new culture and just seeing how it grows.
Absolutely, 100%.
There's
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Um, and they do it joyfully, as they do most things. You know, one
That's
thing I have to say
wonderful.
about Asia, though, well, depends on where you are in China, but one thing about Asia that is interesting is even though I just told you about their history, and it is true, um, in generally they're pretty peaceful people, and they're pretty happy, especially like the Thai. The Thai are amazing. Like, it's like all they do is
Yeah.
smile. You think their face would hurt.
That's just the way their muscles are.
Yeah, but I mean, very friendly people, happy, smiley people. They don't seem to hold much of a grudge. The Northern Asians do, but Southeast Asians, for instance, Thai, Philippines, the Indonesians, Malaysians, they could hold a pretty serious hate toward the Japanese, toward the Dutch, the English, but they don't. They're just kind of
It's pretty beautiful
copacetic.
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I got one here. I mean, did I just say a truthful statement, Johan?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Oh,
Sure.
sure.
Well, I mean, I
Aw.
don't. I went to Jakarta several times, and I don't recall seeing any kind of Western animosity at all.
Yeah, I think the Southeast Asians are like that. I think
Yeah, they're very
because
chill,
maybe the
copacetic. Yeah.
the maybe the land is quite fertile. I
It
think
is.
It's a beautiful
so.
land.
It's will
Yeah. And yeah, it
be
could make
yeah.
lots of sunshine and lovely weather, and it's just a beautiful place to be. Everything
Yeah,
that I've heard of it.
so there is no need for animosity towards the other because of the resources.
It's
I
true.
see that.
It's a good point.
Such a beautiful
I wish
place.
I
other
think.
people had that thinking.
Hmm.
Yeah. But most of the noisy ones are coming out of the damn deserts, aren't they?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Texas again? Because
Yes, I
that's
am,
pretty.
Rosa. I am. Damn.
Just shoot it
Oh.
up. Scorpions and
Oh,
everyone's bull.
Rosa.
I know. I love.
Yeah,
it.
I heard about there was a shooting last night, right?
What?
Or today?
Yes. Yes, they let him out. He was in jail for threatening and assaulting family members. And somebody just went in and paid his bail and let him out so he could go kill a bunch of people.
What?
And that's
Where?
not
Who?
necessarily.
How?
Wow.
This was in Austin. And that's
Austin.
why it's
Well,
not,
I mean, honestly, we could lose Austin and not lose much.
that's
anyway.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, they let him out. They actually let out a wanted criminal, put him on bail, even though he was a threat to his family and everyone else. And somebody went in and paid the bail for him because they thought that was a nice thing to do.
Who
And so
did
now
he shoot up?
shot up the rest of a family. So that's on them. The
So
people
it's
who
like
decided they
a domestic or something?
Yeah, I think so. I think that it's all related.
All right. So it's not like
yeah.
a terrorist shooting or something. I thought it was.
No, it's not. It's one that could have been it actually could have been prevented because he was arrested, put in jail, and should have been in there.
Well,
And
liberals.
And that's the reason why we keep shooting back, because if people keep on letting out folks that are going to be shooting at us, we're going to shoot back. That's the way that works.
Oh, I was watching that hearing in Washington, and of course they're in the constant state of trying to get rid of the Second Amendment, right? And they had this lady that they were questioning, and she was from some university or some think tank or something like that, and they were talking to her, and they were just asking her questions. She was just reading off statistics, really, and of course it's absolutely shocking the amount of people who save lives and defend life with a gun as opposed to those who use it in a murderous way. It's not even close. It's like 1,000 times different, right?
Yes, and they'll pull out the thing. Well, oh, you're far more likely to get shot if you have a gun in your hand by another. If you own a gun, by a person who will use it against you. We never talk about the number of people who have died that were shot by people who had guns, but they didn't have guns. For instance, in the case of communism, where approximately 120 million people who were unarmed were shot by people with guns.
Oh, that's
and so
true.
we should always think about. Yes, that's right. You should always think about that. That's very important. That's my head. Look at that. I just came in. I'm a total conversation killer.
Yeah.
I just showed up to say hi. I love you.
Hi. Yeah. Well, I was talking more about
family.
the people who have a gun and use it to defend.
Yes.
That's what
Yes,
she was
absolutely.
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, they actually I've used a gun to defend my own life. And it's a very necessary piece of equipment. If you're out in a place where there's no where the police aren't going to be able to get to you for 30 minutes, you really need something to protect yourself with.
Well, I mean, the police
bears,
the police
people.
never protect or prevent. They are responders. Always. The police respond.
Yeah, unless they're on scene to begin with, and that's a little unusual.
Yeah,
we have great law enforcement, but yes, in this case, with the Austin situation, it was a person that was known to the community and was in jail and was actually released deliberately. So this is not really an appropriate argument for they shouldn't have a gun. No, he shouldn't have a gun. He wasn't supposed to at all. But law-abiding citizens would be able to stop him had they had one.
Do you have a gun, Johan?
No.
No.
Yes.
Can
No.
you get one?
They have a nice place.
It's a little bit difficult here because we cannot buy it freely, except maybe an airsoft gun.
Oh
Yeah,
wow!
there's-
They'll
make them up, too.
I am
Johan, I can send you the files to 3D print one.
There you go.
Oh,
Thank you
that's
very much,
very
Eric.
cool.
I'm sure
No.
you're now on a watch list.
Thank you.
The interesting thing is I am the contradiction to the rule, because most people especially Japan, would say that a foreigner never could do this or that, right? Because the Japanese can't even do it. But I'm an actual foreigner. Not only do I have a gun license, I also have a dynamite license.
Do you really?
I
Wow.
do.
Yeah.
Content to have just
Whoa.
a gun, you now can
Yeah.
blow us up.
Don't come to my
that-
house looking for trouble. Hmm.
No, geez. Although dynamite is sort of an extreme solution to a person entering your home, because chances are you're going to blow off a finger at that.
It's called a deterrent, Rosa.
Can you just hold the stick that looks like it has TNT written on it and just threaten
That's
like
right.
a coyote?
Well, they don't make that anymore. It's all Ultex now, but
Oh.
You don't have any of that
Tesla should have
dynamite, do you?
What was that, Eric?
Cesar should have a nuclear license, and his life would be complete.
It
now.
would be.
I know.
It would be, sir. I'll have to work on that.
Well, seriously.
You don't have any of the Acme branded
Yes.
dynamite like a Wile E.
No,
Coyote used to use.
That's
do you?
what I was
Okay.
saying. Modern dynamite is nothing like what we see in the Hollywood movies, like in the Old West. That's all
wow.
black powder based dynamite. What they have now is really akin
Well,
to
pretty
plastic
surprised.
explosives like C4.
Wow.
Wile E. Coyote,
Yeah,
super genius.
Genius.
Your voice is just perfect. I don't know why you're not audio doing my book. I just,
You should.
Carmen.
Wink, wink.
no, really. Have you seen this flamethrower? Since we've gone this direction anyway, and why not? This flamethrower that you now can buy, like it's like you could actually do barbecue with it and things
I
like
saw
that. And I think it's
Elon playing with one.
yes. And that's the first time I've ever wanted a flamethrower really badly. I wanted it right now, and I can't have it because people won't let me play with toys like that. They know why. Oh,
Isn't it
God.
contrary to your family? I think your husband is a firefighter, right?
Yes, he is. He knows better than to let me play with.
Yeah,
He already knows.
Don't let her play with the flamethrower.
That's right.
What was that
How we
movie
go.
recently had a flamethrower? Is one of Tarantino's, where he
Yeah.
Once upon a time in Hollywood.
once upon a time in
Yeah,
Hollywood,
yeah,
where
yeah, that's right.
he had this wishful thinking ending to the Charles Manson problem.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
That sounds rather
Well, they
frightening.
in reality, the Charles Manson family did horrible, atrocious things. But in
Yeah.
Tarantino, the heroes, which is DiCaprio, of course, and
Mhm.
Brad Pitt, are put a stop to the family. They end them.
Well, that is kind of cool. I guess I should
yeah.
actually.
Yeah, it's more of a fantasy version. But DiCaprio ends the very last member with a flamethrower.
Dog.
In the pool, wasn't it?
In
In
the
a
pool,
pool?
yes, in the pool. Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
How?
But old
I'm
Sharon
confused.
Tate lived, and what's the Margot Robbie? Yeah, she played Sharon Tate, and she
Oh, yeah.
she didn't have much to do in the movie other than be cute, which she does well. But
Good.
we know the looming danger coming to her, right? Because we know the
Yeah.
truth. But in the
Yeah.
end, it didn't happen. So
That's actually kind of cool. That's sort of like, what if we could do something good?
yeah,
You know?
it's a what if. Yeah, yeah.
Or bad.
And the thing that's interesting with Tarantino in a modern movie, it didn't lean into any of the Hollywood woke crap at all. The leads are male,
Yeah.
and they're the heroes, plain and simple, and that's the end of it, right? That's the story he wanted to tell. He didn't go in there and have to race swap or gender swap. He didn't have to do any of that nonsense. He just went and told the story he wanted to tell. You know.
Just pure entertainment. Just
Yeah, but he's Quentin Tarantino.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true. That is true. That was the Tarantino. I don't think Kurt Russell made an appearance at all in that movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
That's
didn't he
first
just
time-
briefly?
Yeah, he did. He played a movie producer.
Oh, he did. No,
Well,
you're
No,
right.
he,
Yeah,
he was a
did.
stuntman coordinator.
He was a stuntman
Yeah, or
coordinator.
something like
You're
that.
right. He did.
Yeah, because
pop in
people
there.
thought he was playing stuntman Mike again from
Oh, yeah.
Death Wish or Death
Right,
Death,
right.
Death Proof. Yeah.
Death Proof. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it was a nice fresh breath air, a breath of fresh air. Yeah, that one. I'm not the biggest
Breath of
Tarantino fan, but it was fine. You know.
Well, now I'm going to see that just because you said it was good. That's kind of like that in Pacific Rim, which I have never seen. and
Pacific
probably-
Rim is just good fun. It's just popcorn movie. It's fun. Yeah. Second one nowhere near as good. The first one is just fun. But I don't know. I really, other than the mechs and the Daikaiju, really what sets that movie off is Ron Perlman. Yeah. He's freaking awesome. Hannibal Cho.
It's on my list now.
Yeah, no, it's fun. Do you got anybody else enjoy the Pacific Rim?
Yes.
Of course,
Guillermo
man.
del Toro one. Yeah, it's fun.
That one weirdly felt like an episode of Power Rangers. Like, it was very different.
Like in the
Well,
best
I'm sure
possible
that's
way.
part of the inspiration, right?
I'm sure, yeah.
I mean, Guillermo's about that age, right? He's
Yeah, he would be.
yeah.
I think it's more like the 70s Japanese giant robot. Yeah, I think it's
Right.
the
Yeah, no, it did
Yeah.
feel like more my time, but I could see the Power Ranger or Go Ranger stuff having an influence, but it did feel more like my and Eric and Jeff's era. Rosa too. We had what did we have? We had Force 5. Did you guys have that where you were when you were a kid?
I didn't have Force 5. You're talking about, dang it.
I'm from New
Uh,
England, so we had out of
yeah,
Boston on UHF. We had Force 5.
It's like G-Force or whatever that was.
No,
Are you talking about that
that was Battle of the Planets was
right.
Gatchaman, of course. We had Yamato or what we call Star Blazers. But Force 5 was
Oh,
also
I
like
heard
a
the-
collection of
the-
5 different Japanese mecha. Go ahead, Johan.
I heard the G-Force is being remade in America. Is it? I don't know if it's true.
That could be terrifying or it could be great. Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh, Johan, that's one of the reasons why I love some of your stuff, because you have sort of that feel. I don't know how to say it. There's an action that takes place with those type of mecha animes, and some of the stuff that I've seen you do, it sort of has that same feeling, that same motion of the
Oh, okay.
themselves. It just shows up in that. I think that's why I like your stuff so much.
Alan says, good
yeah,
movie,
thank you.
but I've lost all respect for Perlman. Yeah, no, he's a jackass. He is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
If he keep his mouth shut, he'd be fine.
Yeah, but he can't. He's a wokeite, and they must be heard. Desperate for attention. Now, Alan is doing something really cool here. We got the Mad Hatter, and of course, we have the Dormouse as well, done in slightly different style. Slightly. Yeah. I do think the Dormouse is, murderous. I think he's trying to kill the Hatter.
Murder Dormouse. So.
Yeah.
I love you guys. I have to go because I actually have family stuff, and I snuck in here and I didn't tell anybody I came in. Like, I'll be back in a minute. Love you. And so, I love
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
I'll put something on
Do
draw
keep in
along.
mind, Rosa,
Have a good
next
time.
week is the
Have a good
last.
time, Rosa.
I know.
Rosa, do keep in mind next week is the last show before a 1 month sabbatical. Well,
Oh my gosh,
I'm
yeah, I'm trying to
traveling,
be here
but
And we're doing Secret
because it's
Santa.
Christmas
we are.
time.
We're doing Secret
I'll tell my
Santa.
family that I have no time for them at that point.
Yeah, you tell them that.
They can just
Yeah,
get wrecked.
you
They
say
can get
you
wrecked
tell them I gave you permission.
to leave my
It-
family and come to you. So I
It's
love you
going to be
guys.
Secret Santa next week.
Secret
That's
Santa,
right.
that's
Secret
right.
Santa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I will be there. I promise. I'm sorry. I love you. Look me on draw line.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye, Rosa. I do love the choice of Santas that Eric had for next week's thumbnail. It was an
Yeah, I thought that
interesting
was perfect.
choice. Yeah. Yeah. I kind of wish he'd got a the scene you chose is perfect, so good enough. But I really wish that it had his little helper with him.
Oh, yeah, that would be
the
cool.
Santa elf with him, because that guy's freaking awesome. Such an irreverent midget.
Little person.
But you Americans never had any Black Pit, right? Or you don't
Krampus?
talk about that?
Oh, what?
Krampus?
The black. No. The Black Pit is there any? No, yeah, I think.
Black?
Even maybe. Yeah. I think that it's now it's very incorrect politically, but
Well, I mean, you're talking about
in the
Krampus,
Dutch
I
there
think.
was Black Pit.
What is
Oh, it's
Black?
Krampus. I think it's
thought it
different.
was Krampus. Let me check real quick.
Oh,
Let me
yeah,
see. Black Pete.
I think it's only.
Right?
Yeah,
Oh, that is
Yeah.
not
Was this-
Krampus.
the one who handed out coal.
Yeah, we can't do that.
No, I mean so it's not from your culture, right?
Oh, it's Dutch.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
Only
this
Dutch,
has
yeah.
nothing
Okay,
to do
okay.
with blackface whatsoever. Nothing to do with blackface. This is about it's cold. Black Pete, the Dutch Christmas character, wears blackface. It's not blackface though.
Mhm.
Has nothing to do with
But
black
it
people
looks
whatsoever.
like it and would be taken as that.
Yeah, Zwarte Piet. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's ridiculous. It has nothing to do with black people whatsoever. You know, the thing that kills me is, and really, frickin' Farrakhan is one of the biggest guilts in this situation. But I hate to be a bearer of bad news to you, black peoples. You don't own the word black. You don't. Sorry. Yeah, we all have access to this word for various usages. It's not your word. You don't get to scream and yell every time someone uses the word, right? Like I remember Farrakhan getting up complaining about the use of the kettle being black and that expression that we have in regards to, watch what you say because you might be as guilty, right? And as if that has anything to do with black people at all. It's simply referring to the black soot on the kettle.
Mhm.
It's insane, this nonsense. Black people do not own the word black. It's not your word.
Maybe.
Monetized.
Sure.
Well, I mean, am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
I'm just going to stay quiet on this issue.
You're
Don't mind.
Well,
All
it's
right.
ridiculous, though, all this nonsense is going on. What the hell, dude? That festival, that Dutch festival, has nothing at all to do with African, sub-Saharan Africans in any way at all. Nothing. I think it's referring to a very poor guy who worked in the coal mine, right? And his
Yeah,
face
I would
was always
imagine so,
black
yeah.
with soot. I mean,
Oh.
I think that's the reference.
He hands out coal.
Oh,
Yeah.
then
Just like
it's
Santa has
not
the bag full of
racial then.
toys.
Not at all. It's like the Svart
Yeah, yeah.
Elfer, right? Which same, Scandinavian culture translates as being black elves. They're not black-skinned. They are because they work underground in the smithies all day long. They are covered in soot, right? It's a similar reference, and it probably has a relationship to it. If I went and did the, research, I bet you they're connected. Black Pete just being a modern, or Svart Pete being a modern interpretation of that story.
Oh, so it's supposed to be safe, right?
What do you say?
Then it's supposed to be safe. I mean, if the people talk about it,
Yeah, it should.
I mean,
it should be no problem whatsoever. But then again, the world is not
yeah,
what it
it's
should
not.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's not part of our American tradition, so it's not a
No.
character that people know much about.
Oh, so
I guess we
okay.
just assume Santa carries a bag of coal too. But we usually just see him with the one bag full of toys. So
Okay. Because I think I saw a Christmas movie, American Christmas movie, and there is the Blackfeet with I don't know who played it. I don't know, but I thought it's a European thing or maybe
well,
all the Western
We have a lot of Germanic people in
people.
America, of course. So it does.
We
it
steal
wouldn't be
other
weird.
people's culture with stuff.
Of course we do. That's our
Yeah.
strength, dude. I mean, when they say
I don't know if
diversity
it's
is our
stealing
strength,
it,
they're
but yeah,
right.
yeah.
They just don't understand what they're saying when they say it.
right.
America is the entire planet in one place. It's amazing. Yeah.
It's like Bill Murray said.
We are the world.
We are the world. What was that?
We
Aaron?
are the children.
In Stripes, Bill Murray said we're just all a bunch of mutts in America.
Yeah.
Mixed up of everything.
That's what we are. Yeah. Except for me, for some reason. I don't know. I feel disappointed I don't have mixed race.
I know, you're the blue-eyed, blonde-haired poster boy.
I am. What happened? I mean, I don't get it either. My mother's family literally are Mayflower, related directly to Thomas Allen. So they've been in America, 420 years, right? And my father's family came in 1658. So I mean, they've been here a while.
Yeah.
How in the world
Have you
they
been
not
doing a lot of
mixed?
interbreeding?
They didn't breed with anything outside of their own little culture, I guess. Yeah, I know.
So you like the Amish?
Yeah, well, but I am 6'3" and full of muscle.
And play the saxophone very well.
Well, that is about the only thing I do actually well. Yeah. Yeah. Everything else I'm capable of.
Do you come from a land down under?
No, I have failed you, Jeff.
Did somebody waiting for that to come up?
I was waiting. I knew it would be Jeff.
Oh well.
I kind of gave up on my phone, so I'm just drawing Alice.
Okay, that's fine. I'm looking what Johan is doing now. He's putting some finished touches on his card guard.
How much time we have left? I get confused now when we start an hour
you
early.
have plenty. You got let's see here.
5 minutes.
35, 45.
I just started coloring.
Like 45 minutes.
How much?
45
Wait,
minutes.
how many
plenty.
minutes?
Oh, okay. I got plenty of time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not 5. That would be panic. Okay.
Whoa, 5 minutes.
Alan says, was it Al Jolson? No. No. But that's another thing I'm curious about. I get the anger about the blackface with the the Al Jolson stuff. But I mean, if we look at it and seriously think about it, was that done from racism or was it done from need?
What, the blackface?
Yeah. I mean, was it to, we're going to mock these dumb black people, just some ridiculous, stupid racism? Or was it like, we need a black character. We don't got no blacks around that do acting stuff.
We need to ask Ted Danson.
Well, okay, or the Canadian leader. But
It might have been to like simply copy the style.
yeah, I mean, it might have just been mean
I don't know.
because at that time there wasn't a lot of black people hanging around the Hollywood. You know,
It's true.
I don't know the truth. I'm just curious. I mean,
Mhm.
is there more to it, or is it just white man bad, or Jew man bad? It'd be better. But yeah, I don't understand it because I have a feeling there was probably legitimate reason why they did it, right? And
I mean,
Mhm.
like back, like I'm not sure when that was, but a long time ago. Like I know, music that was like in the South and stuff had been pretty popular,
mm,
but it was really hard for anybody to travel that much. So people would like pass around the songs and things, and then people would just have to kind of make up groups with whoever was local to do performances with.
yeah,
So I don't know a lot about it, but the world used to be the world used to be a lot bigger. It's kind of like
that's true. That is true.
the
But
Southeast might as well have been Hobbiton or something like that. It's like it's far away and magical, but
yeah, I think
the
I
world's a
think a
lot
lot of
smaller
it is
now.
perception, right, Amy? I mean, because
Yeah.
like there's these things they bring up from the 19th century of the little black kid with the watermelon, right? The little paintings, the little pictures, and this is horrible racism. But it's like, is it? Or are they just simply
Mm.
marketing someone something? It's like the little girl whose pants are being pulled down by the dog. It's like, oh, this is horrible. It's like, was it or was it cute? It's like the Land O'Lakes lady. Is that racism or is it simply representing the land of lakes? You know what I mean? I don't think the inception had anything to do with racism.
No, I
I
don't
could
think
be
anyone
wrong,
meant
but I
it.
don't think so.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I mean, different people can have different intentions towards things, but I think the original Land O'Lake painting was actually done by a Native American person who lived in that area,
I think
and
she
she
has
did
a
the original
name.
piece.
I think the Land O'Lakes lady has a name. I think it's a
I'm sure she
person.
does. Do you know what it
Sacagawea.
is?
It's not Sacagawea. And
Oh,
don't you
right.
dare bring Knights Museum 2 into this, sir.
Not a big fan of Night to the Museum.
No, I actually loved it. Yeah, that was something
Right?
I took my kids to, and I actually enjoyed myself.
Aw,
Yeah,
that was nice.
yeah. Shakajawa. Yeah, the Custer character. Who is that? That was the guy with the busted up nose.
Wilson.
Owen Wilson.
Owen
Owen
Wilson.
Wilson.
He did a
Yeah.
great job with that. Yeah, that was
Mhm.
great. Yeah, but I don't know. I know the Land O'Lakes lady is an actual person. Let me go find it.
Oh, cool.
Land
Is
O'Lakes
she from Wonderland?
lady. Name. No, I think it was a real woman.
Probably.
Aunt Jemima was.
Aunt
Yep,
Jemima,
she sure
Uncle
is.
Ben. Aunt Jemima particularly, that lady worked hard and created a frickin' empire. Then they took her face off of it. I mean, what the hell's wrong with
I
you, dude?
know. Millionaire. Yep. She did a lot to help people.
Her name was Mia. Land O'Lakes. Mia. So yeah, I don't know that. I thought for sure I saw she was a real person. I don't know, maybe she is, but her name is Mia.
Yeah.
But I mean, these people, dude, these people.
Mm-hmm. That don't make sense.
Do you have any of that nonsense over there in Britain, Rabbit? Because we got a lot of this stupid nonsense in America.
I mean, I don't really pay attention to it, but not that I'm aware of.
Hmm.
I don't notice it anyway.
Yeah, well, that's probably best.
Yeah.
But the Aunt Jemima one, that's got a sting, dude.
Yeah.
Because that's a real lady, right?
I know. It was sad.
It is
And
sad.
it's like, it still is. And I guess I like commercial art. I always thought paintings and labels and stuff on bottles and things like that were neat. And I like characters and mascots. And
Sure.
it's, I don't know, it's sad to see people go like, oh, well, we suddenly decided that other people are offensive now. And we're going to just get rid of it. Like, that's, I don't know.
Yeah, no, and
I
it's
think
for
we're
dumb
still
reasons.
reasoning.
I don't know why people are
Yeah.
listening to these idiots. Let me see here. Uncle Ben, fiction. He's a fictional character. No, that's Marvel. Stop it. Okay. Who are the real people? Here we go. Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben. Continue. No, go away. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Lillian Richards, of course. Aunt Jemima. And then Uncle Ben, cream of wheat. Okay. Mrs. Buttersworth. Yes, yes. Okay. Oh yeah, and amid a national reckoning on racism in the wake of deaths of George Floyd, criminal, Breonna Taylor, wrong place, wrong time, wrong boyfriend, baby. There's an uprising. We have to get rid of these symbols of hate. Okay.
Nobody hates pancakes.
No one hates pancakes. This is true.
Pancakes are great. I've never seen
Not
anybody
if you're
in a bad mood
diabetic,
for
they're not.
pancakes.
Fair. Oh, Eric, I have some fantastic, interesting news for you.
Okay.
My wife's friend from Singapore
Ooh,
went
she's single?
to the Hawaiis. Is she single? No, she's very married and excessively wealthy, ridiculously so. She took herself a trip over to the Hawaiis, where her family has a business, and she brought me or mailed me particularly a treat.
Whatchamacallit?
Whatchamacallit?
Oh, did you eat it?
I did, and also she
How
sent
quick
me
did you
Reese's
eat it?
Pieces. Well, I still have 8 left. I was sent 12.
Oh my god!
But 2 packages.
So that's why diabetes made you think of that.
It's true. It is true. But the good news is this: the whatchamacallits are as awesome as I remember. So happy,
Yeah.
happy days. The Reese's Pieces, not so much.
Really?
They're a little different.
Have
Are
they
they too
changed the
sweet?
recipe, or have I just my taste changed? I don't know.
I think your taste has changed, but also I think they also changed the peanut butter inside them a little bit.
Yeah,
You
it
think
wasn't. It wasn't. Alan says he hates pancakes. Well, that's because you're a Mexican.
He probably likes crepes.
Yeah, I bet you. Crepes are synonymous with Mexico.
Whatchamacallit? Oh.
Yeah, no, they are great. They are great. But you know what it did? It did a bad thing, though. It did a bad thing, Eric. It now got me craving paydays.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now paydays are
Salty
the ones.
peanut caramel.
Yeah, salty peanut caramel. Yeah. So I
Dad
don't know.
loves those.
Yeah. I haven't had one of those in 20 years either.
Are any of those available in Japan?
Nope.
Or are there not
You-
a lot of peanuts in Japan?
You have exactly a selection of 2 candy bars in Japan. You may either purchase the Kit Kat in various flavors, or you may purchase a Snicker bar.
Still
Seriously?
good.
Oh,
That
okay.
on a rare occasion, an M&M will show itself.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
That
very
that's pretty tough.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't eat sugar hardly ever anyway.
Yeah, but if you were still in the States, you'd be 500 pounds, dude.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I wouldn't. No, I
I
actually
think the
do have.
the Snickers and the whatchamacallits and the paydays would win out.
No, I have a little thing called mental discipline, Eric.
Oh,
Well,
well, that's because you're in Japan
it
and you have
helps
no
when
choice.
the paydays and the whatchamacallits aren't sitting there.
There could be some truth to that. However, I shall take a more empowering look at it.
Okay,
that
that's
I am
true.
capable of defying my needs. How's that?
Okay. That's right. Be positive
I
about
will
that.
be. I I will be.
There you
Yeah. But no, I mean, I don't think so. I've never been a crazy person for sugar anyway. I do enjoy it every now and then, but you know, although these days I'm probably less than that. I mean, maybe I'll have some sweet on the weekend, but more than likely, it's once or twice a month only.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Do you generally prefer savory foods?
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But I'm
works
not
out.
big into salt though. I don't like salty things.
Oh. Huh. So do you like spicy food or?
I love spicy food. Yeah.
Ah, okay. There you go.
And I do have a fine selection of that over here. Matter of fact, I just had me some Thai curry last night.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Coconut Thai curry.
Yum.
Ooh,
Hello?
Do they ever
Spicy?
have like
I don't
sweet
really
and
class
spicy
as
coconut
sauces?
Thai curry.
Yeah, no, I make it spicy. Grab it. Yeah,
I
it's
suppose you
so
have to.
well. See, I have a little trick when I cook it. I make it extra spicy, and then no one else in the house will eat it.
Yeah, that's what it's like if I cook. Yeah, that's the best way. I quite often cook stuff. No one will eat anything if I've cooked
That's
spicy
right.
stuff.
I say,
No
oh,
one.
Walk into the
anybody
kitchen,
want
their
some
eyes
Thai
water.
curry? Anybody? Nothing.
They just kind of look at you and shake their head.
Although they do love my chow han, though, my fried rice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I've learned.
Do you
I've
make that
mastered
as hot as everything else, or?
No, that's not spicy at all. But
Ah,
that
okay.
took a long time to get correct. Oh, fried rice is hard, dude. It took so long to get that perfect. Yeah.
Uncle Roger
I don't think
makes
it's
it
hard.
easy.
I don't know what Uncle Roger makes it easy means.
He means
Explain.
microwavable rice.
Oh, microwave.
No, it's a YouTube guy.
Mm-hmm.
He does. He
Old
makes
Asian
fun of
dude.
other people making it. No, he's a younger dude, and he talks with a very thick Chinese accent, but his is very mild in real life. It's a character he does.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Yep.
that's cool.
Uncle Roger.
Oh.
Yeah. But no, that's something that there's a couple of things I've been trying to master in my life. Well, three things. Sweet and sour pork, very difficult
Nice.
to get
How's
that
that going?
correct. 80%, 75.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
no,
not bad.
it's hard to get that correct. Barbecue, and I have a lot of YouTube help there, so that's actually come
That's
along
true.
quite well. And fried rice, which I think I have perfected.
Nice.
I have my
Is it a
recipe.
Japanese fried rice?
No, yakimeshi, no way, dude. No, that's nonsense.
Oh.
No, Chinese fried rice.
Are you using MSG?
Oh, okay.
No, I don't use that. No.
Oh, you need to use the MSG.
He has the cook who creates the fried rice chained up downstairs in the basement.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. No,
He
Japanese
comes out.
yakimeshi
Look what I did.
It doesn't have the difference between yakimeshi and chowhan is yakimeshi doesn't use fish sauce, and I think it's personally essential to get the correct fried rice taste. But I put a lot of years into getting that right, and lots of wasted rice. Trust me.
Well, at least it's not too expensive.
Well, you gotta use the cold rice.
Yeah, no, use old rice. Yeah, I
Is that
actually will. Oh yeah, I make rice and then immediately let it cool down and freeze it just for chowhan.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't know that you're supposed to use like leftover rice or like day-old rice to cook fried rice. That's where they always get wrong because it's obviously you can't cook starchy cooked rice.
I got it wrong for years, Rabbit. I did.
All right, really? All right.
So if you want a bowl of fried rice, you can't just make it.
No, it is one of those leftover foods like stew, or there's a lot of foods or French toast that are meant to not be wasteful, right?
Yeah, and they came out amazing.
Like making okonomiyaki. That's good.
Yeah, okonomiyaki.
That's
A lot of
usually
people like that. Yeah. But yeah, no, there's a few dishes I do really well. Actually, my wife tried something different the other night, and it came out nice. It was different. Johan, you ever had hashira beef down in Indonesia?
Shira beef. I don't personally.
It's kind of
but I think
it's like
there is
a ground beef, and it's got like carrots and onions chopped really fine in it, and it's kind of sweet.
Like a stew?
No. It's like a hamburger helper, really. That's what
Ooh,
it kind of
yum.
looks like, but without the box. But nevertheless,
Okay.
she basically made what's very similar to a hashira beef, and put the potato on top of course, and made a shepherd's pie.
You went full English.
Yeah, she did, and it was good.
It's good. Shepherd's pie is good.
I love me a shepherd's pie, dude. I love farmer's
it's
daughter
good stuff.
pie too. That's I think American though.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Pie?
Farmer's
Never
daughter
even heard
pie
of that.
is you basically make a pie shell out of meatloaf meat, basically.
Okay.
And then you take rice and tomato sauce and some spices, and you pour it into the shell. And then toward the end, of course, you put cheese all over the top. And you just cook it.
So
and you eat it like a
it's
pie.
a meatloaf shell with rice and tomatoes and veggies.
No, it's a tomato sauce. Tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce.
And of course, the
Okay.
rice sucks it up, and it becomes like
Sure.
you can cut it and serve it like a piece of pie, and cover it with cheese on top. It is delectable.
Ooh.
Sounds amazing.
It is good.
I've never thought of using meatloaf as like a pie crust. That's
Yeah. It's called. I'm pretty sure it's American. It's called Farmer's Daughter Pie, and it's really, really good. But I do love me a shepherd's pie too, though, especially a good one.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And this, I don't know if I call it. I don't know. It was quite traditional in its construction, though, Rabbit. But the
Long as it was
flavor
lamb.
different. No, it didn't. It was you used beef.
Well, that's not shepherd's pie then. That's cottage pie.
I know you're right. It is cottage pie. But I mean the construction, because a lot of time Americans, when they make shepherd's pie, they will make a meat pie crust just like with the farmer's daughter. And that's
Oh no, what you're on about? It's mashed potato.
No, I'm talking about on the bottom. On the bottom.
Yeah, there is not supposed to be a bottom. It's supposed to be just mashed potato, meat, and stuff. That is just weird.
Yeah, well, anyway.
But good.
So I had a cottage pie. I do apologize.
Cottage pie, yeah, gotta get it right.
No, it makes sense. Shepherd, therefore sheep.
Sheep, yeah,
I
yeah.
get it, yeah. But my point is, it was pretty good though.
Well, that's all that matters.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Was the seasoning different, or was it pretty
was-
much just?
Well, I never had a shepherd's pie or a cottage pie that had a sweetness to it. I've never had that. It's always super
Right.
savory. But that
Sure.
sweetness of the however, I really think she kind of just made a hashira beef. And then she put potato. But I'm telling you what, though, Rabbit, the bake on the top of the mash was perfect. It had those,
Oh,
how
that's
it's
good.
hard, dude. It's hard to get that crisp on the shepherd's pie. You have to do it just right.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get that crisp on mashed potatoes like that, boy.
I know I have to cook it quite often at home for my mum, so because she always wants. Once you've cooked something good, everyone always bloody wants you to cook it.
I think it has to do with how you construct your mashed potatoes. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've never been able to do it, but she did, and I've only seen her make shepherd's pie or cottage pie twice. So, bang! It was really good. Still some in there. Maybe I'll have some for lunch.
Oh.
Yeah, and finish it up with whatchamacallit.
I could, but I've already had 4.
It's a good thing there's
Today.
so much restraint.
No, in the past 3 days, I've had 4. That's a lot. I'm going to get some coffee, though. Jeff, can you be in charge now?
Oh, I guess.
Thank you, Jeff. Yeah. There
Don't
aren't
control
just
anything,
really
but
nice.
I'll be in charge.
That's true. You be in charge. Just throw a couple of tongue lashings at Eric and keep him in line. You'll be all right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go get that coffee.
Yep.
I'll
Coffee's
be in
something all good
charge.
itself.
And
Okay,
coffee
Jeff.
and ginger.
Tongue lash me.
Wow. Not after that, I won't.
Hey, how's the weather in America? In the
Cold.
United States, is it cold?
It's
Oh.
cold.
Yeah.
Today was a little warm for winter.
Yeah.
We got
that
up to
was kind of a-
65 in St. Louis today.
It was
Yeah,
40,
it was
had,
60 here too.
42 or 43 here.
No.
So has
No,
the
it was
winter started in there?
38 this morning. What was that, Johan?
Has the winter started?
It feels like it.
Technically, yes.
Oh, okay.
Is it been cold over where you are? Or
It's
is it cold
heavy
now?
rains now. It's heavy rain
Oh.
in Asia. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Does it usually start cooling down after it rains? I know in Florida, when you see a lot of rain in the winter, that usually means your cold front's coming afterwards. So it's like,
Oh, it's not so cold. Sometimes even when it's a moment before the rain, sometimes it's hot too because of the clouds are I don't know what
Oh,
it's called, but
the humidity.
yeah, yeah, the
Yeah.
humidity is very high here.
Yeah, it's like that in Thailand too. It gets
Yeah, it's
really
almost the
like
same, right?
it's
Mhm.
like the air is choking you. It's like
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like that.
like
But now it's sometimes there is there are strong winds too sometimes, but not. I believe it's not as strong as a tornado in your place. I think.
oh, good. It's not like a hurricane comes blowing through or anything.
No, not
that
like a
bad.
hurricane. I think,
It's a little windy. Not too
or
warm.
maybe if I experience the hurricane in your place, it would feel like doomsday for me.
No, that's it can be. Fortunately, they usually all kind of before the winter gets here. So at least if it's going to be gusty, it's going to be kind of warm and gusty. So don't have a lot of cold weather and a lot of cold wind.
Mm, yeah.
Eastern Florida. Doop, 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 doop. I wonder how I'm going to
But
get
so
my
you have
drawing.
a heater. So you have heaters in your homes, right?
Yes,
Oh
absolutely.
no. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a central air conditioning. So apparently a while ago they figured out, hey, conditioning it like basically works by drawing hot air out of the house and throwing it outside, and then cold air comes in. They said if you do that backwards, you can warm up a place. So someone said that's a pretty efficient way of doing it. So we got a heater
Oh,
that's
so
kind of
okay.
like that,
Mhm. So you can
which means
heat
we're air
or
conditioning the outside in the winter, which is kind of funny. But
okay. And air conditioning in here is only for for freezing the air. For
oh
yeah,
really? Oh, so you don't have like room air conditioners or?
no heater. I think. I mean, no, just to make the air colder because
Ah,
it's usually hot in here.
well, yeah, that's true. It's whatever you need the most of, right? Because if
Yeah.
it's, usually pretty warm and balmy, because, I mean, why wouldn't it be? It's beautiful where you guys are, then that would be. And I think most people would probably say Florida's cold weather just really isn't actually cold, but oh boy, Floridians sure think so.
Oh, you
Like,
are in Florida. I think. Yeah, Florida is almost maybe it's closer to tropical, right?
yeah,
Not.
that's true.
Yeah.
We're pretty near the equator,
Yeah.
subtropic. So, yeah, but when it starts getting to be like 67 degrees or something like that, it's like, oh no, that means it's gonna get down to like 50 overnight. Shut down the schools. Throw the alarms. This is terrible. Like, bring in the cat. No animal should be out in this.
Now, Johan, now the rest of the country, or northern of that, I guess probably north of Tennessee, we're still wearing shorts and t-shirts when it's that degrees.
You see that sometimes. You'll be going around and then like, okay, I have a feeling she's from New York because everybody's all bundled up and like, as fast as they can across the parking lots. And then there's the one lady in her short tank top and just chilling as she
Yeah.
goes across the parking lot with her stuff. And I'm kind of like, huh. I wonder if we're in the same reality because she's just like, what?
Jeff, you're also quiet.
Quiet,
focusing
you.
on my drawing a little too much.
That's about as good of a
Yeah.
tone action as you're going to get.
You?
I'm looking up characters for the straw poll.
Oh.
Oh, there are a lot of them. I've read Wonderland, and I think I got halfway through the Looking Glass, and then I lost the book. So I should probably finish Looking Glass.
You know, all the good characters run through the Looking Glass.
There were a lot of They're like, oh wow, these are all cool. I kind
So
of thought
after
the spirit.
the look, oh, okay. So after the Looking Glass, is it the story is done, or
No, there's like a
are
bunch
there
of them.
more? Oh,
I mean, it was kind of like a dream world anyway. It had a lot of poetry and stuff in it, so you could kind of imagine anything with it, and people do. Lots of rare imaginings of Alice. But I enjoyed the book.
Like
Was
the
Alice
Mad,
in all the books?
yeah, but I mean, like the Mad Hatter is in through the Looking Glass, Humpty Dumpty, the Red Queen, Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
so which is better, Peter Pan or Alice in Wonderland, or is it are they different?
They're different.
I would
Different,
say, I
alright.
mean, I would say I liked Alice more. I felt like it was a little more whimsical. I can't remember much about Peter Pan. Yeah, I can't really remember a lot about it. I should probably try getting Peter Pan again and reading that and seeing if it stands out a little more. I remember thinking it was kind of sad that the kids were disappearing, but maybe that's not the point of the story. I don't know.
Well, the point of Peter Pan is Wendy growing up. It's a coming of age tale for Wendy. It's all about Wendy. It's not about Peter at all.
Interesting. And the Lost Boys, were they?
It represents her ability to be a mother, to be a responsible adult, to guide them.
Oh, well, that's an interesting.
Oh.
So, to try and help those that are lost. Yeah.
So
I
there
guess
is
that makes
a little bit of allegory in there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, The Wizard of Oz. Of course, there's many things going on in those stories, but they're mainly about coming of age stories for young girls, is what they are. Tom Sawyer is a coming of age story for a young boy, right? Huckleberry Finn and all that kind of stuff. No, they're good books.
Yeah. I guess they speak something that's kind of true to everybody to everybody who grew up and everybody who's trying to.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess that's why they work.
Well, it's like Catcher in the Rye. I
sucks.
I don't like that book, but we had to read it though, Eric. We were told it
Yeah,
was
I
the
know.
greatest American novel of all time.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Someone lied to us.
The teacher told you to.
Yes, I much preferred the Once and Future King. But nevertheless, I have to say, Rabbit, I enjoy your art, of course. But, dude, this today is really looking a lot like Dobson.
I have no idea what that means.
William Dobson, the first truly famous English artist. Come on now.
Dude, I never got into artists.
Well, William
It was
Dobson,
my least favorite subject when I was doing art.
I see. Well, early 1600s, he was with the he was the royal painter for King Charles during the Parliamentary Royalist Wars, it looks so Dobson, man.
Thing is, I'm trying to do more traditional style painting, so that's probably a good thing then.
Yeah, no, he's fantastic. Go look up William Dobson. You should be proud of him. He's an Englishman.
And a great
I'm
painter.
surprised I've not heard of him, to be honest with you. That's weird. I probably had heard of him, I just don't remember.
Well, there are later artists, English artists, who are more famous, but he was your first, and he is stunningly good, dude. Because he was with King Charles's court, so he did royalist paintings, and he did a lot of the Cavalier at that time. A lot of the noble cavaliers, they're really good, dude.
They mostly did portrait artists, I suppose, back then.
I'll have to have a look. Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
I never know what to with artists. Like I say, I get a bit weird with stuff like that.
Well, he
because
did.
I never found it interesting at college. That was all.
No, I understand that, but he was a contemporary with some of the names like Rubens and things like that, right? And that kind of clean.
So around the time of the Dutch masters.
Yeah, of course, that's probably one of the most people kind of King Charles. King Henry VIII. You're thinking of that guy. Once again, is Dutch, but a lot of people kind of think he's English and attach him, but he's not. He's amazing. But of course, he also inspired Van Dyck, another Dutchman. But he was,
Van Dyck.
Yeah, he's very famous English artist, though. He did a lot of art in England, right? Matter of fact, Dobbs took over for him when he died. He passed away. Van Dyck was King Charles's court painter, and when he died, William Dobbs took over. Because King Charles, is mainly famous in history for, losing a war to the parliamentarians, right? That's what he's mostly famous for. But actually, he's one of the greatest art conservers and lovers of all kings in history. He spent ridiculous amounts of money on it.
Charles the Second or the first?
I think it's the first. Yeah,
the first,
early
okay.
1600s. 1611, 16, in that area, 1630s or whatever. But yeah, he just so many like Whitehall today. We think of Jack the Ripper, slums, prostitutes.
Yeah.
But back in that time, one of the largest palaces on Earth took up that entire area on the coastline of the Thames River, and it was full. There was like 1,500 rooms or something. It was ridiculous. Today, you wouldn't even know it. But at that time, it was this gigantic castle, Whitehall. And it had 1,500 rooms, and every hallway was just absolutely plastered in the best art that existed in the world. Amazing art all over the place. Yeah.
Was it like a hotel, or were there people who lived there, or was it a museum?
I'm sure courtiers and guests who lived there, of course, I'm sure. It's like Versailles, right? Why do you need something so big for two people? Yeah. But it's more about entertaining guests, and if you can, bread and circuses, right? If you can make the nobles your friends and they enjoy your patronage, then they will vote for you or support you in your endeavors, and those big buildings serve that purpose, right?
They're fancy and like, oh, look how impressive it is, and you get to be here because you're special because I'm in charge and you're my friend. Oh, okay, cool.
Exactly, yeah. But at that time, of course, you're coming out of Holden, of course, which was already mentioned, the Dutch master, and it just Rubens and all of that amazing stuff that was coming out in that period. Just absolutely cascade of insanely good art that was flooding Europe at that time, and all the patronage coming out of nobles is why it became a thing, right? But William Dobson is he's one of my favorite artists, Rabbit. I mean, his art is really good. Yeah. Let me see if I can find one, and I'll share it with the screen here.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Do you think it's one of those art pieces where you'd recognize it when you saw it? You just wouldn't necessarily have a name attached to it? Because I know there are a few, some artists out there have a really distinct style, but then there's some that are just kind of like,
for me,
if they define the era.
Yes. I don't know. I would think so. Let me see here.
Yeah.
William Dobson. I don't know if I spelled that right. Art. Let's just do it like this. I spelled it right. Yeah, I did. Here we go. Am I sharing? I'm probably not sharing. Let me go share.
I don't see it yet.
Yeah, I'm going to share it. Hold on a second. Let me do so. All right, here we go. Okay.
There we go.
Let me
There
bring
it
it
is.
up.
Okay.
All right. This is some of his art, and
Oh,
it is quite political because it was done during literally a civil war in Britain. But
sure. Yeah.
you know, it's just some stunning stuff. I don't see
Mm.
his most famous one
Oh.
here offhand, but this one, of course, is a very good one. Um,
Yeah. It's a really limited palette. I
Yeah,
like
it
that.
is.
look at it,
It's different.
but look at it, dude.
Very
Look at it. It's
Look at
ridiculous.
it.
Look at all the symbolism. And this isn't even a very. This is a very low res picture of it. It's stunning. It's so human. One thing he did that was very different than the Europeans at the time. The Europeans would exaggerate things and make things regal, and but as a true Englishman, he was like kind of in your face and was like, nope, I'm going to draw what I see, right?
There you go.
That's why so many of the Dobson things just stick with you because they're real people. Look at this guy. He's like a noble hunting. He's got a gut. Normally they would the Van Dyke, for instance, did a picture. Same guy did a picture of this guy, this famous kind of an asshole noble, to be honest with you. But whatever. Van Dyke's version of him, he was thin and lithe and ready for action. This is more realistic, right? Dobson.
It's strange. Like the
It
way the
look-
clothing's
it-
put together, it almost
yeah.
seems like it doesn't fit with the detail that's in the face. Like it makes the trappings look a little ridiculous. It's like I wonder if that's like a comment on how he felt about what that was.
Maybe. I think there's a lot of that kind of emotion in his art. This is not a good quality picture of it, but this is probably my favorite Dobson, and it's a self-portrait. There he is in the middle, right? And at the time, there was a very famous piece of art. I don't think it was Holden. No, it was someone else. But there was a famous thing where the Struggle of Hercules, this famous painting came out. And of course, the Struggle of Hercules is when you have, what was it? Athena and Aphrodite, I think it was, asking who is the most beautiful. And Hercules is like, and or Hera maybe, I can't remember, but that whole situation, it's a famous painting of it that looks just like this, but of course it's Hercules in the middle and two females, goddesses, and of course the whole moral of the story is that Hercules made the moral choice, and he went with
He said his
the
wife.
pure goddess, not the sexy one, right? So here he has put himself in a very similar situation, where this noble over here he's thin and he's well dressed and he's proper, where the other guy on the other side is licentious, he's fat, he's except he's got art in his hand, and those people saw it as kind of like ungodly, the art dealers and stuff. So he's put himself in the place of Hercules here, but it's just such a good piece.
It
I'm
looks
sorry.
like a modern painting too,
It does, dude. This is
yeah,
400
it's
years
crazy.
ago.
Yeah.
That is weird
Doesn't
when you
feel
look at
old.
some of those things. And it's like,
No, I'm
Like,
glad
I
that
was-
it inspired you to bring all that stuff up because I didn't know any of that.
Well, I mean, look at the color of the cheeks and the lighting on the face. Now,
mhm.
let me bring up rabbits, right? Here. Tell me you don't see a similarity. I mean, honestly, it immediately popped in my head, Dobson. Immediately.
I don't see rabbits yet. Should I go over to his screen?
I would, yeah.
Doo-doo-doo.
But anyway, Dobson, there's tons of art. You can research them. Some of his, like I said, a lot of his really good stuff
that's
is on
beautiful.
the Cavaliers of the place. And like, there's a really famous painting he did of Charles himself, where Van Dyke had done a picture of him. And of course, he's this kingly, amazing, ready for action, perfect, godlike, kind of typical thing the Europeans did. But he drew Charles as he was, and he was clearly sad and upset at the situation. You could see the stress in his face. It was really good. It's a really good picture.
Oh. So kind of the humanity of the
Yeah, Dobson was good at that. Yeah.
That's a daring choice to make. And I guess if he was kept in the court, he must have been appreciated for that.
Well, he was one of the best artists in Europe at the time. So, I mean,
I guess that's true. Who are you going to get that's better?
yeah, that's true. And he's an Englishman to boot, right? And
Yeah.
England, until that point, England had never had a truly great painter, an English-born painter, a true Englishman. They'd never had it. They had more later, of course.
Yeah,
But he was
absolutely.
the
Started a
first.
trend.
So, which is why I had to study him in art history class. That's probably why he came up,
Yeah.
because of his
Now-
important moment.
Where did he study? Did he study abroad or?
Now, you ask a very good question. Because that is a mystery. Because
Really?
how did he go from nothing to one of the best artists in Europe in a year?
What?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's one of the mysteries about Dobson, because we don't know his actual personal histories. We know very little about. He died at 36 from pneumonia, it said. But he now they say, of course, he had access to that Whitehall, which used to be a palace. I mean, most people don't know that, I think. And all the just thousands of pieces of art that were in it. So he had access to that to study. And of course, Van Dyck was there. We don't see him being officially a student of Van Dyck, but it seems clear that he was. Yeah, so that's a good question because we don't know the answer to that.
Wow. Man, that's a short amount of time though to
Yeah,
get
it's
your skills
ridiculous.
that brushed up on.
Yeah, because he was trying to make a living as something else before that, not an artist.
So this was more of a hobby for him?
We don't know. Yeah.
Huh.
It's old enough. It's far back enough that we just don't know. Someone like Holden or Van Dyck or Rubens or Renoir or any of these other kind of people, we know a lot about their life. But
Right.
unfortunately, Dobson, we don't know as much.
It's a
We
shame,
know that
but
the people of Oxford, because during that war, that civil war, the king
Yeah.
couldn't stay in London because it was hostile toward him, so he retreated to
Oh.
Oxford, and they took it over basically, and Oxford became the new palace, a new king's center. And we know the people of Oxford considered him to be a lecherous knave. So,
the painter or the king?
well, probably both, but they wouldn't say it about the king.
Okay.
No, the
Yeah.
painter. Yeah.
All right. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Huh. Now, had he spent a lot of time in Oxford beforehand that they knew him, or just in the time that he was there?
No, he just went with the king because the king went, so he went, right? Because he's the court painter.
Oh, okay. Right.
And Pablo says, that looks so gay. Well, thanks, Pablo. Thank you. No, and the people of Oxford certainly had an opinion of him. That's for sure.
They're pretty neat people.
But yeah, he didn't have a good reputation. He drank too much, and he was lecherous. He womanized a lot.
It's too bad.
Yeah, well, he died without children, and at the age of 36. So yeah, sad story. But he left behind a really, really wonderful legacy.
Yeah, some amazing work.
Yes.
I guess that encouraged more artists to try and, follow along and brush up on their A game a bit.
Yeah, no, and they did. There's some great English artists that came after that. Absolutely. The thing now, that's interesting how much I remember about Dobson from one class that I was required to take.
Must have been an instructor who's being an interesting person then, or you had a very good teacher.
Well, that was a fun class. I didn't need it at all, but I was just required. I had to take it. It was like a first year class or something like that. But I think I don't remember every detail, of course, but I really think the reason that he was mentioned specifically was because he was the first truly great English painter. I think that's why he was in the list of artists they talked about. They talked about Rubens, of course, and Rembrandt
Sure,
and
yeah.
Monet and all those kind of things.
No, this was the first really great classical English painter, and that's interesting.
It
'Cause
is
it's not
interesting,
like a-
yeah. What do you guys think of Rubens?
Good brushwork. He
I
seemed to do
prefer
all
roast beef
right.
myself.
Roast beef
I
is
like pastrami, man. Pastrami and corned beef.
Yep. A
Ooh,
Reuben
yum.
sandwich is amazing, but I'm talking about the artist.
I'm
He
starting to get
liked
hungry now.
fleshy people. He liked the fat people. He enjoyed them. And I know a lot of people hate him because it's so vulgar. But there is something just stunningly dynamic about Rubens.
Oh yeah.
Once you've got fat, you'll never go back.
Yeah. Well, that's about true in this situation. I don't know how many people know anything about art, but yeah, no, Rubens is a controversial figure and just ridiculously prolific. I mean, how many hundreds of paintings did he do?
When
Or
you
his
consider how
studio
detailed
do,
they are.
right?
Oh, now there's an interesting question.
Oh no, he definitely. There's no way one human could do that in his lifetime. He had a very large studio, an academy, and yeah,
Okay.
Van Dyck was actually one of his students, I believe.
Really? Well, that could explain. I wonder what the relationship between like the artist and the studio was back then. I mean, how much were the artists credited the studio actually doing versus how many of it were just other artists working at the studio? I mean,
Good question.
were they doing
Yeah.
the breakdowns and he was doing the cleanups, or was it the other way around, or is it just you'll do and then he just signed it?
I don't know. I would imagine because one thing about Rubens is that, unlike most artists you study in history that were just artists and they either were successful at it or not, Rubens was more than that. He was a politician, he was an ambassador, a diplomat, a businessman. I mean, he was far more than just an artist. Matter of fact, the current situation with the existence of the state of Belgium can be directly linked to his involvement.
Belgium can?
Yeah, Belgium, the king, the country of.
Yeah.
Because keep in mind at that time it was the Spanish Netherlands, right?
Spanish Netherlands.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a bit deep, Eric.
No,
A little bit,
it's interesting.
but you're always pretty deep.
Thank you. Maybe.
Deep in the weeds.
No,
So
Rubens is a very interesting study, actually. He's a very unique human. He did a lot more than just be well, he's a fantastic artist, whether you like it or not. The guy is just ridiculous. But he also did something that, I don't know, I'm probably an art historian would yell at me for this, but I felt that he was one of the first comical artists as well.
I could see that, like the facial expressions.
Comical.
Especially the animals, yeah.
Oh, did he do animals? Oh,
Yeah, they're always in the background, right?
that's true. Like the dogs and stuff.
Very much like a Sunday comic type of expressions, a comic or a Looney Tune type of expression on the animals.
Cartoon then?
Yeah. Of course, this is way before cartoons, but I feel that he definitely had that kind of thing going on.
I can see that. I wonder now how were common people exposed to art at that point? Were they going to museums or were there galleries or was it just out and about?
They had lots of galleries, of course, palaces they could visit or certain areas they could visit. Patronage of artists was a big deal at that time. So you see a lot of art. One, of course, with Holden particularly, and some others, they started as religious painters, right? So they would fill the ceilings of the cathedrals or the walls of cathedrals or even the stained glass, right? Stained glass is painted by somebody, right?
Well, that's true.
So people could just the church itself, you could see stunning art. I mean, just ridiculously good art.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, one of I think it was Rubens. Yeah, I think it was Rubens. One of Rubens is one of my favorite pieces by Rubens is a triptych in a I think it's a German or I think it's a cathedral in Antwerp actually, but it shows Mary with Jesus in the belly. Then the middle has Jesus being carried down from the cross, and then the other one is Mary with the baby Jesus on the other side. And then, of course, you also have Saint Christopher, which he's the bearer, the one who carries the Christ, of him literally carrying Jesus, the baby Jesus. So the whole theme is carrying Jesus, right? But it's really good though.
Nice. I should look that up. That sounds like a great piece.
Yep.
And that
it
sounds
is.
like that to be. Now, was that a stained glass or is that's a painting?
No, that's a painting, and it's stunning. It's you walk when you see it, it's like that's in a church. That quality, that just like what Rabbit's doing right now. It's like this kind of quality, right? And it's in a church.
It's just a random open building, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
how in the world?
Yep.
And it stayed.
Yeah, I didn't. I had no illusion of finishing this.
No, but
It's
boy, you should.
beautiful.
This is beautiful. And Pablo's a bit angsty today.
Oh, I haven't saved this actually.
He doesn't like the actual famous artists. It's okay. You get him, Pablo.
That's okay.
I don't know how you could not like them, because if it weren't for them, you wouldn't be able to draw yourself.
That's true.
And on the shoulders of giants.
I mean, I get that it's not that interesting to some people, because I didn't think so at college. I find it more interesting now I'm older, but...
the significance. Yeah, you can appreciate the significance of a thing.
You do.
I mean, I've been watching a lot of oil painting, like live oil painting stuff on YouTube recently. It's trying to get me back into understanding a bit more traditional style stuff. I mean, I do paintings, but I haven't done anything for a while.
No, I think what you did today was wonderful. I hope you finish it. It's really nice. Like I said, it instantly screamed Dobbs to me. Instantly. And that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. But another thing that's interesting with this kind of art, when we're talking about this Renaissance, right? Is that initially the breakthrough was technological, right? It actually the same technology that allowed them to create lifelike pictures and skin tones is what led to the camera. The pinhole in the wall and everything like that. So it was very technological, and it was more technologically based skill than it was artistic skill. But as time went by and people saw that it could be done, well, now all of a sudden it can be done. And then people started just doing it with their hand instead of needing light and mirrors and all that kind of stuff. It's very interesting how things like that happen, because as soon as humans know a thing is possible, all of a sudden you see it everywhere.
Yep.
That's true,
All bets
right?
are off.
Because until that point, when they started using those technological techniques, with there was no art like this. It didn't exist, right? The closest thing would be in sculpture, right?
It is strange how sculpture is so much that way. It's just like that ability to kind of interpret form through something dimensional.
Yeah.
That's why it's worth learning sculpture, or at least studying it a little bit when you learn painting and drawing.
Yeah, I think so. But nevertheless, it's interesting that Alice in Wonderland inspired an art history conversation.
It is, yeah. It's very unusual for the show, just generally, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I actually do know a lot about art history for a completely unneeded reason.
Well, you're a philologist, so
That's
I'm sure
right.
that studies a lot of art-related stuff.
Well, I had to. It was part of the curriculum, right? It wasn't my interest. I was more interested in other things, but it was just something I had to do. And honestly, sitting down for an art history class is not a bad time. I mean, there are worse things,
It's better than Egyptology.
Yeah, damn right it is.
Not another one of those.
Yes. Well, the funny thing is I actually have a degree in Egyptology.
What now?
Nah, what? Huh?
What? What? I
No.
didn't hear nothing.
No, nothing. Nothing was said. All right, Jeff. Jeff is skazooed, so I need to do my job. I'm sorry,
Oh,
Jeff.
right. I need to get this put up
Yeah,
somewhere.
because I do have a limited time here. So let me go over here and take a look at it, Jeff. And we're looking at Eric's. I like it. He went with the caterpillar on the hookah. Nice. It's nice.
Thank you.
And caterpillars smoking hookahs. It's always
You should
been an
tongue lash
interesting
him for
choice.
that.
What?
You should tongue lash him for that.
I feel like I shouldn't respond. I shan't. I won't. Okay. But I do love this, though. This is great. And you made him. He's got a fez on, but I feel like it's more of a happy Englishman, though. But hey, they liked fezzes too. At that time, they were quite popular.
Maybe, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's very festive.
Yes. That's
It's
true.
very festive. And it's
The
a festive
fez.
festival.
Well, a lot of people think the fez comes from Fez in Morocco, but actually it's Turkish.
Oh,
Yeah.
does the word have a similar origin?
I think we call it Fez because it became so connected to the city of Fez. Originally, I imagine it had a different name. I don't know. But I know it is Turkish in origin. Originally. I'd have to research that. But nevertheless, Jeff, I like it. It's cool. I instantly know what he's referencing.
Yes, you do.
And I like how he has the different mushrooms there. Half of them are poisonous, but
Good chef.
And he seems very jolly.
He does. A jolly little Englishman caterpillar smoking something illicit.
Stoned out of his mind.
Out of his mind. Yep. If you like what Eric's done, please vote for the straw poll. Very nice. Let's see here. We got Gabby. Now, Gabby did something fun today. She did the same thing, but she took it without the caterpillar.
Yeah, I decided to draw some of my own characters as the caterpillar and Alice.
Why not?
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That's cool. I love the conversation, especially with Alice, that she's peering over the mushroom. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I was trying to redraw. It's based off of one of the original illustrations. Let's see, by John Tennels. How do you say that? Anyway,
I'm looking. I got one right here next to me, and I can't read it. It's like a doctor's writing.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I do have one of the original illustrations right next to me. I can't read it.
Yeah, it's based off of John Tenniel's illustration from the first edition of Alice.
Well, there you go.
Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
That's nice.
So yeah, just wanted to do something fun.
And of course, by this point in the book, she's still snarky and, kind of bratish, right? But very quickly she starts changing, right?
Yeah, because she.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember she would tell the Mad Hatter well, what you're doing is silly. The way a child kind of knows what's right, and then they'll kind of.
Oh, I see.
To the
how
best
you're
of their
seeing it.
knowledge, they'll correct
Yeah,
them.
but the point of view of the writer is that a young girl has no business telling an adult that they are silly. This would be bratish behavior. But nevertheless, it's cool. I like it. I love the shoes.
Thank you.
Yeah, the shoes are great. Shoes are great.
I was trying to do a Persian outfit, but I couldn't find really good photos, so I just looked up the paintings of the Thai kings, and they all have these pointy shoes.
Oh yeah. Well, now keep in mind, because you mentioned Muslim stuff there. The Thai were hugely inspired by the Muslim traders, right? So a lot of food and culture, especially the king, he was enamored with them at the time. But that's very cool. If you guys, Jeff, would you like to say something about this?
Yes, it's very nice.
It is nice. I agree.
Yes, it is.
It is, guys. Yeah. If you guys like what she's done, please vote for her in the straw poll.
So cool.
All righty.
She deserves no tongue lashing.
None. None whatsoever. I agree. Let's see here. We have, of course,
It will
Rabbit.
be better when it's done.
No, that's true. That's always true. Rabbit here
Yeah.
is, and we know the face isn't
Ooh,
even finished,
Rabbit.
even though it's stunning already. Yeah, Rabbit, please finish this, dude.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
It is. It's lovely.
It is. It's
I
very
mean, Gabby
classical.
too.
Go ahead, Johan.
Yeah, it's very correct. No, I mean, Gabby is. I can't wait to see how it's when it's finished too.
Yeah, no, that's true.
This one is really good too.
Well,
Very
Gabby,
classic.
one thing Gabby does really well is her setting, the background, I guess, and the foreground are
Yeah.
always nice, right? That's a good thing. Yeah, Eric does that too, sometimes. But this is
Yeah,
stunning.
sometimes.
Yeah, Jeff, what do you think
I
of
feel
Rabbit's classical piece here?
I like it.
Yeah, yeah, that's about all you need to say. That
Yes.
oh God, Rabbit, you need to finish this. I mean, take it.
You know,
to
you
the
could
finish
make that a
level.
postage stamp, and it would be perfect.
It would be awesome. Yeah. No, Rabbit, you take this to the nth degree, which we know we've seen what that means with you. And you should post this online, dude, because that
I
is
normally
a
do when they're
modern
finished.
classic right there, dude.
it's beautiful.
You
And
should
it's
print it
not
and
AI.
give it a classic frame.
Yeah, you should. Look at she has 5 fingers, the correct number.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That's
Well,
how you know
technically,
it's
there's,
not
I can only see 3 at the minute, but yeah.
But you know what I mean. But yeah, this is stunning. If you like what Rabbit has done, please go from the straw poll. It's really good, dude. And I love the conceit here as well. Alice and just a white rabbit. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
So let's move on here to Alan. Now, Alan, I don't know if he can talk, but I get exactly what he's doing. You know, we got the Mad Hatter in various guises, his mixed personalities, of course, and we have the Dormouse sitting right here as well. Did they call him the Dormouse? I think they did, right? He is a Dormouse.
I think so.
Yeah.
Got a little dark.
Now he's saying the Mad Hatter is an anti-hero with multiple personalities depending on the tea he drinks. He can change forms, but is kept in check by the sleep dart shooting a dormouse that lives in his hat. Oh, I get it. Yeah, it's cool, dude.
So he gets out of hand.
Yeah, well, which he does. The Mad Hatter is an interesting character, to be sure. And a lot of people, I've heard this. I have no clue, but I've heard a lot of people mention that the Mad Hatter is a self-insert by Carol himself, seeing himself as this way,
Oh.
kind of schizophrenic and broken. But I don't know. I love what Alan did, though.
That's
And
a very
let's see,
cool piece.
what music would Alan have used for this? Something zany.
Something maybe bright house.
Maybe. We'll go with that.
Maybe that sounds good.
That sounds good. Yeah, we'll go with that. It was really good, Jeff.
Your singing wasn't that good.
No, it wasn't supposed to be.
Well, it's hard to sing something that doesn't have lyrics.
It's true.
The best you can do is da 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 da.
Maybe you should tongue lash yourself.
I've been told not to do that. Let's see. Alice from Danny Elfman. Oh, fair enough, Alan. Fair enough. It is great, though. If you like what Alan's done, please vote from the straw poll. Alrighty. Let's go over here to Johan Alexander. Okay. I don't know what to say. Alice of Spades. Freaking awesome. What's the subtext there?
Oh, that's so cool.
Great a great tale of animation, automation, and the Wonderland.
It's an isekai tale of automatons and Wonderland.
There you go. No, that's fine. Yeah, it's cool. I love your vision of the card guard.
I like his shoes. Those
Yeah.
are great.
Although
thank
Alice
you.
is a bit old and precocious here, but that's okay.
it might take a while before they've armored up the card guards to that point. So this is probably a few trips back to Wonderland.
It's true. Yeah, which she does take. So interesting. Very, very nice. What do you think about this, Jeff? I like it. It's an interesting take.
I always like Johan's stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's really good.
It is.
Thank you.
And we don't need any words whatsoever. Instantly, we understand what this is without question. Yeah.
And I won't recommend he get a tongue lashing.
No, he shouldn't. Only I get the lashing of tongues. And Eric. And me.
Why, Eric?
Because it's funny, Johan.
It's like it's a personal thing with those guys.
Yeah. The great thing here for you, Johan, is you can improve your English by understanding our sense of humor. It's a good education.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Sure.
Absolutely.
That's why it's
fun
very
with it.
wonderful to be here too.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
I can learn
we love having
learn
you.
my English too.
That is true. Your English is fine. So that's good. But if you like what Johan has done, vote for the straw poll. Let me see here. I got the girls, but they're not displaying, so I'm assuming you dropped it somewhere else?
Yeah, I put mine's in the draw along because my phone just is kind of like, nah. So I ended up just drawing it on paper and then trying to get a picture with it. So it didn't come out like the best picture, but I didn't have a lot of time to ink. So I just went, oh no, that's the kazoo. I'd better start trying to get this posted somewhere.
Oh, wow. The kazoo prompted it. Wow. Well, here is Amy's. And you should finish this because I like the lines quite a bit. We got Alice with a kitty cat. I don't know where the kitty cat comes from, but we got a kitty cat. It's Dan.
Deanna, her kitty cat that got lost and she went to go find.
Oh, right. Okay. I forgot about that. There was a cat hunt. That's right.
So it's her kitty and the Cheshire cat.
I don't know if she finds the cat.
I think she's trying to, I know she wishes she were there. She keeps referencing her, but you know what? She might very well be back home. So.
She might well be, as I remember her mother saying not to wander off. Anyway, Alice is also being seduced by the Cheshire Cat, which, of course, is a seducer. It's very nice. What do you think, Jeff? I like it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I want to see her finish it. I like the lines. They're very clean. Yeah, just tighten that all up.
Yeah, they are.
Color on it.
It is really good.
It is good. Yeah, it's excellent.
I appreciate
And Melissa's busy with her birthday conversation, so fair enough.
I'll go see if she needs a hand with that.
Well, that's okay. Just tell her happy birthday from us.
Aww.
Yeah. And I would have sent a present, but I don't know how many candles I need to reference.
You're just gonna send a box of candles and a cupcake.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'll go check on Lisa, see that.
Fair enough. We also got something from Rosa here. I don't know if she's on the straw poll or not, but this.
Oh, I didn't know she was drawing.
Oh, that's okay. This is the caterpillar, which is the smoke of the hookah. That's clever. Yeah, I like that, Rosa. That was good. Cool. All right, so you guys go do your votes. You got your straw polls. I think I got everybody. So let me go ahead here and take a look at the draw along stuff, which I don't know if Rosa's a draw along or not, which means I got to go over to the Twitters. So let's go do that. All righty. So whilst you guys are voting, let's see if we have anything here. Adam, I don't know who you are, says, I'm putting together a list of my favorite movies. What am I missing? Well, how can you ask others what your favorite movies are, sir? Strange request. But he's got Children of Men, Fight Club, District 9, Hot Fuzz, Menace to Society, Prestige, Wall-E, Dark City. Well, I know how old you are.
There's some bad movies there for sure.
There are, but they're all watchable, though.
Yeah, true, I guess.
Oh, he's got show more. There's more movies.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The Prestige was kind of fun.
It was okay, yeah.
Moon was interesting. Terminator, of course, 300. Equilibrium, I love this movie.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Reservoir Dogs. Aliens, not Alien. Interesting. The Big Lebowski, love it. The Contender, it's okay. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I haven't seen that one.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah. Saving Private Ryan. The first 30 minutes of that movie is ridiculous. It just grabs a hold of you and you don't breathe.
Yeah, I remember seeing it in the cinema. It was fantastic.
It was, dude. It was fantastic. Parasite, okay. Time Bandits, we love it. Once again, I know how old you are, sir. Lost Highway
Classic.
and Sicario. That Time Bandits is great, dude. Terry
Yeah.
Gilliam. Yeah.
I didn't see that. I might download that to watch at Christmas. It sounds like a good time movie at Christmas.
Oh, I have that on Blu-ray, sir.
I don't have a
Great.
drive in my computer, so I just download things instead.
Oh, that's fine.
I do own them all. I do own them all upstairs somewhere. Driveless is everything now, isn't it? So.
That's true. That is true. But Time Bandits is great. If you haven't seen this, this is coming from one of the more artistically creative members of the Flying Circus.
You should also watch Baron Munchausen as well.
Oh,
if
dude,
you've not.
that was like my number one movie for years. Well, number two.
Yeah.
Number one was Le Grand Bleu, and then Lord of the Rings came along. But
Yeah.
Baron Munchausen, another Gilliam movie.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Killer.
They're both classics. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good stuff. And I will say something that will shock all of you. In the Adventures of Baron Munchausen, we get one of the very, if not first, appearance of Uma Thurman. And it was before she went on her Hollywood diet, and she does Venus de Milo in that theater play of it. And
Oh yeah.
one of
I
the
remember.
most beautiful female moments on screen ever captured. Uma Thurman, the way too skinny, ugly girl. That girl, yeah, stunningly beautiful. So what she needs is a couple of hamburgers, and she good.
Ruben knew what he was talking about.
I'm just telling you, she had a little weight on her at that time, kind of the perfect amount for the role she was doing, and she looked wonderful.
That's good.
Yeah.
I want to see people. being
And there
happy
is
about
Robin
it.
Williams too, right? In there, if I'm not mistaken.
I do believe so. Yeah. He's on the moon. He's the man in the moon.
Yeah, on the moon, right?
Yeah.
Man on the moon, right?
That's just it's such a good. Just go watch Baron Munchausen. It's a fairy tale coming. It's really good. But any Gilliam, anything, Brazil, whatever. Just go watch Gilliam stuff. He's great. Let's see here. Ooh, dice. I like dice.
Ooh, look, it's spinning.
It
Did it
is
win?
spinning as dice do. Yeah. So let's see here. Anything else interesting? Something fun? Ooh. Good old.
What's the posted
that's
or drawing?
Ben Grimm, I do believe.
Really?
From Mike Barron, yeah. This before he
Oh.
became the Thing, yeah. Or is this supposed to be Reed
Asbestos
Richards?
Ring?
It might, no.
That's Johnny Storm. I
It
mean,
is
read about
Johnny.
it. Read asbestos room, so it's fireproof.
Oh, okay, all right, fine. Mike, be like that. All right. Ooh,
Did you
Kelsey.
call me Mike?
No, Mike Barron posted it. Mike Barron posted
Oh,
it.
okay.
Kelsey Shannon. Oh, freaking! Look how he's so clean, Kelsey, man.
Very cool.
Malin posting memes. He does like his memes. What's this? Remember the house that blew up in Arlington?
Whoa.
Oh yeah, that did blow up. That was a big blow up. Okay. Why
Why is that?
Yeah, they're
It's
bringing Ray back as if we need that. I mean, that's got to fail. No one likes Ray.
She didn't leave.
No, it's a shame because he could have made us like her if they'd have written a good story.
They could have. Or Finn. Really, it felt like in the beginning they were going to go Finn, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I like the character.
It's because they didn't keep the same writer for the same. They should have just kept the same guy, even though he's not the best director. At least it would have been consistent. You
They
know?
would have had a plot.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, whatever.
Maybe they should make Ray as a villain in the next movie.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. Then get rid of her by
give
killing
her
her, chopping her in
A
pieces.
story arc. Like,
Ethan Van
okay.
Hayden. Morbid Angel drummer Pete Sandoval left because he found Jesus. What does that have to do with music, Mr. Sandoval?
That makes no
That
sense.
makes no sense.
I read that one earlier.
Yeah, no, it's sad what they did with that. But he had.
It was a
cool
good
moment.
film, though.
Yeah. this guy here, I can't remember his name. Maybe Eric can help me out. The guy who played the Indian in Predator, Eric.
Oh, played the Indian? I have no idea.
Yeah, he's in actually a bunch of westerns and movies before that. He's actually a pretty solid actor.
Oh.
But yeah, that was a cool scene, dude.
The girl.
Stop touching Ruffalo. All right. Yeah, nothing super fun here. Oh, no, mama. Oh, goodness.
Ooh.
All righty. We didn't see that. No one saw that. Let's see. Eminem says, being white is so embarrassing, I want to kill myself. Okay. All righty then. Is that because you truly believe that, or because black people have been mad at you since the beginning because you're way better at what they're supposed to do than they are? I wonder.
Oh.
Because there is no rapper that even comes close to the frickin' genius of this idiot.
He's good at what he does, huh?
Oh my. Yes, he is. Ma'am?
Good,
Sir,
Wow.
is this one of them transgender types?
No, I think
it's
that's
difficult
just a
to
very
tell.
buff
Let me see.
female.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
get her to stop so I can see where her atlas belt is. Yeah, no, I think that's a woman.
Yeah.
All right, girly. You do you, girl. Woo woo. All right. A pacer. Oh my god. One of the worst, most embarrassing
that cute
cars
little-
ever made.
Oh, really?
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Followed by a gremlin?
No, a pacer's worse because they blow up when they get hit in the back.
That's
That was
not
the
a great
Pinto.
feature.
No, it's definitely a pacer. Pacer. Everything about the pacer's horrible. My mother owned one. I know. Okay. Because when I was a high school kid, that was like one of the first cars I had access to, and it was embarrassing. Everyone laughed at me. You stupid pacer. Okay. All right. At least there was some
Did
more
it
fun stuff
explode?
today. I need to go do my job, but we had some fun
Oh,
things
yeah.
today. That's good. That was fun.
Oh.
Let's see, latest here. So let me. That was last week. That was fun. Let me see what Doug from Blue Moon cartoons is. We got a super classic. Have you ever seen him do something on model that was not Tex Avery?
No.
Because that is very Disney. That's very close to being Disney
Very
on model,
specifically, yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Good colors, too.
Yeah, the Chester Cat is definitely Disney one.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's the Disney one.
He's
It's
still
very
Disney
cool.
design. The old.
funny
Yeah.
smile.
He is zany.
Always great.
Alice is having
Oh.
a. This is Alice Down syndrome version. Doug, what are you doing?
That's a cute drawing, though.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
It's not Down syndrome.
Very much Doug style.
So all right. Let's see what the video is.
Your mind begins to fold. Aren't you growing cold? You are looking blue. What else can you do?
That was nice. That was good. Good job, Doug. Good song. Very nice. Very nice. Well, thank you all very much for your drawings and your stuff. Let me come back over here because I have to vote now. So let me bring this
Lissa,
back up.
posted her. Sorry.
Oh, did she? Okay, let me go get that. That must have come up after. She put it in the draw along?
I think she's streaming it. I don't know. Is it in the draw?
Is
Oh,
it
she just-
streaming? Oh, okay, let me go back because she didn't have it before. Oh, there she is.
Did you find it?
All
Did it
right,
turn
well, here we
itself
go.
off?
Oh, look at that. She's floating across the chessboard.
Oh, let's see if I can get it to rotate.
She's flying like a jellyfish. I like it. It's interesting. She was busy. It is her birthday, and she was talking to people, so she couldn't get it completed, I think. But I like the idea, though.
Yeah, it was kind of like falling down the rabbit hole. That just kind of the pattern and just doing something a bit more graphic. So she had the illustrations kind of blocked in, and I'm kind of like, they're literally doing everybody's pictures right now, and she's like, oh no, let me just get the lines filled in. People can at least see the sketches.
No, that's cool. Well, thank you very much, honey. And if you guys like Shut, vote for on that straw poll. I need to go over and bring that up myself. So let me do so. And here we go. Of course, you go here. Of course, you go here.
Of course.
It never behaves. All right.
No.
All right. Let me go over here and put it up. And give you guys a minute if you wish to. Well, you could do it after. I'll wait a minute. All right. So, who won the Drawn and Quartered Ultimate Edition Alice in Wonderland competition? So, therefore, I'm assuming I'm going to get me a little bit of Alice in Wonderland lyrical quips from the Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So my choices are Amy, Yaz, Queen of Hearts, Lester. I hope I said that correctly. Yaz Queen. I'm assuming this is an urbanism.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Yes, Queen.
Yaz Queen. When? How would I translate that?
I don't know.
Alrighty then. Fair enough.
Kind of like it.
I don't know. It doesn't seem to equate. Is it supposed to be yes, Queen?
I think it's supposed to.
Okay. All right, fine. Or
Like aye.
Or I could go with Melissa. AI Ice Lester.
It's Al Ice.
Yeah, no, AI Ice Lester.
It's about.
Yeah.
Bringing
Now I
the
think he
AI
was trying to
conservation.
make some kind of weird alliteration breakdown of some kind. I think he was trying to do Alice, but he wrote
Yes.
AI Ice. So
No, it's Al Ice. AL space ICE. Who is AI, which is
well, how come the L and the I look exactly the same?
because that's the font.
No.
With A dot I dot.
Oh, I see.
That would be AI.
Maybe it would have helped if you put the dots in then.
Oh yeah, because
I didn't put the dots in because it's Al, not
It's
AI.
not AI.
I see. That yeah, that would have been helpful.
Lowercase L and uppercase I look just the same.
Yeah. Well, thank you,
kind of
Melissa.
fun.
Whatever your nickname is today. Okay. Or I could go with Eric Jabberwock to the bar. Hawkins. I think there's supposed to be a joke in there, Rabbit. Help me.
Yeah.
Jabberwock to the bar. I'm missing something. I'm missing something. What am I missing?
Is that because I'm drinking bourbon tonight?
Oh, I get it.
See?
There you go.
There, I missed that.
Jabberwock.
I'm edgy.
Yeah, I get it. I think that's what he was trying to
Woke.
do. Although for me, it
Jabber-
would be like cooking reference because I love wok food. But you know,
Ooh.
Oh,
Really
yeah,
good
yeah.
fried rice.
I think it's Through the Looking Glass has the
Jabberwock.
the poem Jabberwocky in
No,
it.
you're right. Yeah. Or I could go with Alan, Red Queen of Taco Bell, Alonzo. No, I get that. See, that right there is a biohazard reference, and she's dangerous. And their Taco Bell is also dangerous in a slightly different way.
Also, I think I'd really
Slightly?
rather have more.
But the thing that's important, though, Amy, is I got the reference. That's
Well,
what's important.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep, that's great.
I did. I could also go with Johann Mad Hatter Alexander. It's more straightforward.
Yeah, it's running out of. I mean, they don't really give me any good characters to work with.
Oh, really?
From Alice?
From Alice? All right. We
Names
have,
of good characters.
We have Gabrielle, Bill the Lizard Skin Glove Geske. Now that's a good one. I'll give you 10 points for that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that. And One Doomed White Rabbit.
That one?
The most
That's so
appropriate one.
It was really good. That was
With
good.
him.
Give me
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
That's
that's been
good.
waiting for years to come, Jeff. That one's been waiting.
Well, he
finally
was
got it.
originally Jabberwock to the pub, but it's like
No,
I
no,
couldn't
no.
And then
pass
he
up
went-
White Rabbit.
You use
Wait
the
a
one
minute.
that's been waiting to be used for a long time. Yeah,
Yep. At just such a time.
it is good.
Yeah.
So who am I going to vote for? Oh no, it's not difficult at all, Rabbit. Okay. Yeah, no. Anything that makes me instantly reference a phenomenal classic artist, it gets my vote. Right.
Absolutely.
Because as soon as I saw it come together when I came back from making my coffee, I was like, "That's freaking Dobson, dude."
Yeah.
After you finished looking at it and saying it looked like a postage note at the beginning.
Because it did.
I like the way Eric said he hadn't looked at it and he was like, but they do frames. I was like, yeah, see, he knows what I'm doing.
Yeah, I understand. But it doesn't matter because in the end, I got a Dobson, and I'm happy. I got a Rabbit
Yeah.
version of Dobson.
I'll try and finish it. Maybe I'll finish it by next week. We'll see. I do need to do some practice.
Now, here's a question. I know you can illustrate traditionally. Of course, we've seen you do it phenomenally. Can you paint what you did digitally?
That is easier, to be honest with you.
Is
It will take longer, but it's easier because it's better. Yeah, because that's what I used. That's what I learned. I didn't learn digital. I did digital way after.
I just feel that piece you did today could easily sit in any museum, but when it's finished, right? I can see the potential in it. It's so classic, and it clearly speaks to something. We understand what you're talking about, but it also is. I don't know if you're thinking with this deep, but for me, having the rabbit be an actual rabbit says something. It's metaphoric, right?
Yeah. That is cool.
Yeah, no, it's great. So just say yes. Just take credit for it. It's okay.
I am listening. I'm also doing two things at once. Sorry.
Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Bill the Lizard and Yaz Queen have not got a vote, unfortunately. Although I did like them. I actually like what Gabby was doing. It's pretty cool.
Sure.
And you need to finish it, Gabby.
Everyone should.
Yeah, I will. It's just busy right now. I've got like a backlog of all the DNQ pieces I've been doing.
Yeah, me
right.
too. I was going to work on my Godzilla one, and I was like, there's so much to do on that. I can't be bothered.
I'm doing actual work I'm being paid for. That takes priority.
It does. You are correct. That is definitely
looks great.
priority. You know, Amy was talking about advertisement art and how she likes it. You know what it made me think at the time was a Guillermo del Toro movie that was in general not a good movie, but one thing that did stick out to me was the occupation of one of the main characters being an actual commercial artist, and of course that's The Shape of Water. I think it's the gay guy is the commercial artist, but I don't know why that popped in my head instantly. There was another show which people had mentioned, and I watched an episode or two that had some of it in as well. It had a lot of 60s era men drinking whiskey.
Mad Men?
That one, yeah.
That's a plot.
It was that one. But there were some pretty interesting ad art I saw in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean that's what they do. They were, unless I'm wrong, it felt like they were, commercial advertising company. Is that right? I think that's, I only saw a couple episodes, but I'm pretty sure that's what they were. There was some kind of commercial advertisement business.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not seen the show, but I hear people make references to it sometime, and it's usually in reference to something like commercial art or advertising.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
it's
mean,
probably it.
the acting was pretty solid. It just didn't interest me, so I didn't watch
Mm.
more. But I get why people like it. It is well done. It's very professional TV.
There you go. Well, that works out.
Sheldon says Yaz Queen equals chatoyance. And yes, did you spell it right? No, you didn't spell it right. You got close though. You got close, Sheldon. You're almost spelled it right. And Alan says, "Eat me," and then Sheldon advises that you drink me. Okay. I don't know which is worse, cannibalism or whatever the other one is.
Moving on.
Moving on. So we got a winner. I definitely want to say thank you to Gabby and Amy. Of course, Melissa, Johan, Alan, and Eric. Thank you all coming in for Alice in Wonderland today. It's a fun reference. Of course, congratulations to Rabbit for winning with just a fantastic classical piece. So, I mean, claps to everybody. Claps. Claps, claps, claps.
Yes.
Clap,
Rabbit.
clap, clap.
Now, do keep in mind that next week we are doing Secret Santa. Now, we'll give Erica a second here to kind of lay out what's going on with that, sir.
Oh, you like me to do that now? Okay.
Yeah.
So next week, okay, so I do need to know everybody's going to show up. And then I'm going to try to do like 2 days, like on Tuesday, 2 days before the show. I will draw names and provide each of you an instant message. Who you got, and you need to draw something that you think that person would like.
Mm-hmm.
Aw,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds great.
that sounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we need to send you like a DM or something if we're gonna be there, or you just, or how do you want that?
Oh, that would be great. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. No, definitely come and try to. I think it's such a cool idea, and it is our last show of the year. If you guys
Yeah.
can drag in some of the people who have been before and they just haven't been in a while, try to get a big group in here to do Secret
That could
Santa.
be
That would be
fun.
fun if you guys could do that.
We'll see
Um,
what you get, Matt.
yeah, and it's a perfect thing to do for him. We'll see the comedic take of your various opinions of each other. That should be fun.
That could be fun.
Yeah,
I might
I
get
wonder if
drunk.
it would.
I haven't been drunk for ages on this show.
you should.
Oh, like if
It's
someone has
Christmas.
rabbit, they'll draw a drunk rabbit. Surfing.
Right. Or if you have Johan, you can have Johan eating at McDonald's.
How does Johan
I
feel
don't
about
get
that?
that one.
Hey, you remember in Indonesia the McDonald's sell chicken and rice,
They do.
fried chicken and
Oh,
They
rice.
do.
yum.
My point would be that if you lived in Indonesia and had access to the amazing cuisine of it, and you actually fell to such a low level that you wasted your money on McDonald's, that was the joke, Eric.
Ah,
Oh,
Literally
but
everything is better, is my point.
and
Well,
they have
no, the
chicken and
adult
rice.
Happy Meal comes back
I
in
don't
3
know.
days.
I enjoyed McDonald's fried
Ah.
chicken.
Fried chicken. See,
Oh.
Fried
McDonald's
chicken?
doesn't have fried chicken, sir.
That Jollibee's?
Not in the rest of the world.
What is an adult Happy Meal? I've never heard of this.
Never
It's
have I.
something they're bringing back. It's going to have, you can either get like a 10-piece nugget in it or a Big Mac.
Yeah.
And it comes
And
with
they had
some
a
kind of
really
creepy McNugget toy.
yeah, they gave it like 6 eyes or something. I'm like, why does
Uh,
that mean
Adult.
satanic?
Yeah,
They don't want
it's
satanic
some
Oh.
weird,
Happy Meal.
weird
Yeah.
stuff.
it's weird.
Yeah.
They're all broken that way
Although the
now.
holiday pie is supposed to be back.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that is either. But the only
It's
thing
like
I've ever
a
had
sh-
good at McDonald's, the only good thing I've ever had at McDonald's are the French fries if you eat them within 5 minutes.
right.
Yeah, before
Um,
they're
Yeah.
cold.
yeah, yeah. Or the McRib.
That's,
Yeah.
it might be gone already, but it did just come back.
Yeah, I do love me a McRib. Luckily, though, there is another hamburger joint here, which is obviously even the same yellow and red color. It's obviously a ripoff of McDonald's called Latoria. Is it Latoria? Or I don't know.
Latoya?
It's got a weird
That
name.
sounds fancy.
And they have their own McRib, which is in stock and on sale every day.
Ooh,
What about the
yum.
fried apple pies they used to have before they changed them back in the 80s and 70s,
Oh, the
Chester?
good apple pies? Yeah, no, they're not as good
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. No.
They used to be killer. Yeah.
And
You know what
burn
else
your
seems
tongue.
different is when we were kids, Eric, the shakes were different. Have you noticed that?
Well, since they're always broke, I haven't gotten a shake from there in a long time. But yeah, they're not the same as they were when we were kids. I think
No.
whatever instant shake mix they're using, they've changed the ingredients.
Yeah, no, they definitely changed something there. But that's okay. Burger King's better anyway.
Man, I haven't had fast food in like at least 3 years.
I had Jack in the Box for dinner.
Oh, that's not good.
Nice.
Well, I was in a hurry.
Dinner.
When's
Oh,
the last time I had it? I'm pretty sure I had a Big Mac 2 or 3 weeks ago.
It's not bad.
Beggars
Do they have any
can't be
grapes over there?
choosers. No, but like I said, there's a Lotoria. That's a copy of McDonald's. They have one, and it's
Just
pretty
got you
good.
set up.
Yeah, but there's nowhere
Nice.
near. There isn't one near me. So when I get to where there is one near me, I usually buy 2 or 3 and just. They actually refrigerate pretty well.
Oh, do they? Oh,
Well,
nice.
it's Japan. They don't use those fake foods. Yeah, that would be
Cardboard.
very Japanese. Huh?
Cardboard.
Yeah, they
That's
don't
what
do
McDonald's
that.
is made out of.
I'm not sure if it's a law in Japan or it's simply Japanese pride. I don't know. But you don't see fake food here. Yeah, it's all real.
Like
if you get a
display
hamburger,
pieces?
it's a hamburger. Right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Interesting concept.
it is, but of course, what this means is when you buy something at the supermarket, the imbibe date is much tighter. It's usually a matter of days from when you buy it, rather than years in America.
This will be fine next year.
Yeah, but of course, with the Japanese style, and it might be same in Indonesia, Johan. You tell me. But here in Japan, the general style is, mom goes to the store every day, picks up what she needs for that day, and cooks it. That's basically Japan.
Yeah.
It's a daily market.
So the stores aren't too far away?
No, of course not. And it's just, and they tend to have smaller supermarkets. They do have giant ones here or there, but they tend to be smaller. Is Indonesia like that? Like mom goes every day and buys what she needs and cooks it that day?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's the Asian thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Makes it easier. Like if you're not having to drive like 45 minutes to an hour to pick up some groceries.
Oh goodness,
Yeah.
no. A couple of minutes. You can usually walk to one or ride a bike. But what that does is the sell by date doesn't really matter much to the Japanese so much because they're literally buying what they're going to eat that day anyway. The only thing in the refrigerator would be condiments, right? And their ovens over here, even though you can cook with them in the West, like you do in the West, they don't have this idea of cooking for hours like we do.
Oh, really?
Right? They're
Well, that would kind of suck.
It does, but I cook, long cooking for myself, and my wife has learned how to. But like we had trouble with our Panasonic, and it was our oven, and it was under warranty. So we called them up, so they came in and repaired it, and he didn't understand. He'd never seen the problem before, and he was asking a couple of questions, just for his information. And in the conversation, it came out that, how long do you use it at a given time? I said, it depends. Sometimes just a few minutes, 30 minutes. Other times, 6-8 hours.
Yeah.
And he was like, what?
Yeah. That must have been a shock to someone, like I guess.
He'd never heard of that before. And he said, well, that was the problem. So I think I might.
I mean, that's what they're built for, right?
Not here in Japan. So I think I need to
They're
buy
just not built there. They're just built differently, I see.
Yeah. Because it is, I replace these things every 3 or 4 years anyway.
I mean, I get a lot of Japanese food is quite easy to cook, but then some of it is like some stuff does take a while. Like you got to make stock and things like that. I mean, that's not like a 10-minute job.
No, but dashi is something that mom will put on in the morning, stock, and she'll basically, boil it, but then just let it seep all day. It just sits.
I see, yeah.
So it's not cooking per se; it's steeping. But
Is
yeah.
that used as a sauce that night then, or is it you just make soup at the last minute at night? I don't know.
Yep, no, that's what they do. Every day they make their stock and they use it that day, every day. Which is why miso soup is not really great. The only place you see any kind of proper, stock making is with the ramen.
And that's some good stuff.
Yeah, so
Soup
they
has
boil
to
that
sit for a
overnight, right? Yeah, they really pull the flavor.
Yeah,
out.
that's the like, especially tonkatsu ramen. That's what's great.
Mm.
Do you guys know what ramen means?
Squiggly noodles?
No.
That's not
Good-
what ramen noodles
good
are.
guess, though. Good guess. Anybody else?
Ramen
Squiggle noodle. No.
ramen noodles
Noodle.
are straight.
Well,
I don't
men
know.
is noodle, so you were right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men equals
Yay!
noodle. Ra is
Squiggles.
China.
Oh,
Chinese noodles.
China.
Chinese noodles.
And of course, ramen is from China. Well, there's argument on that, but it is from China, and you can get Chinese ramen. I wouldn't advise it.
No.
Japanese ramen's great.
If you want
Why do people think ramen noodles are squiggly? I've never had squiggly ramen noodles. They're always
They're
straight,
American.
like proper
They come
ramen
in a little-
noodles.
They come in a little plastic bag and a
Oh.
square,
wiggly.
and they're wiggly. That's why.
Oh, I see.
It's
See, I buy
American.
like dry ones, and you just like warm up after like
Yeah.
proper ones, straight.
So, Chester,
Okay.
how would you say squiggly noodle?
Squiggly? Squiggly. Bada bada?
Bada bada? Bada
Maybe?
bada man?
Bada bada men? Maybe?
B-A-R? B-A-R?
Bada.
How would that be?
B-A-R-A. Bada bada.
Bada
Bada bada.
bada.
Bada bada man.
Maybe.
Okay.
Something to
I am
remember.
guessing. I don't actually know the word squiggly, but probably bada bada. Or
You
paki
call
paki,
yourself a professor.
Paki paki, or nah, it wouldn't be.
Japan's weird though, isn't it? They don't have a word for everything. There's
No,
a lot
they
of
don't.
English words they use, isn't there? So
Well, because it's an old language that's been thinned out over the years. English is brand new, right? I mean, the English we're speaking right here is not even really 200 years old.
But we get along.
We do.
And we know how to say squiggly noodles.
We do. That's true. But English has got a ridiculous number of adjectives,
And now we should move on to going
Oh.
through each one of the artists.
Yes, we should. I do apologize.
Oh, yeah.
We're keeping him waiting, everybody. I apologize.
sorry,
But next
Dad.
week we're doing Secret Santa, which I love the idea. Hopefully we'll get a lot of everybody come in there for the end of the year, and a lot of artists too. It could be a lot of fun. I think it's a great idea.
That could be great.
It is, and it's too bad we didn't have Andrew here today. Alice was his idea.
Now, if somebody wanted to do a drawing, like they couldn't make it to the live show, but if they know 2 days before, they could draw something and then like leave it like with Eric or with one of us to like deliver on the evening. Would that work?
Sure.
Oh, okay. All right. I will
Yeah.
send the messages around.
And I do believe Secret Santa was also Andrew's idea.
yes,
Yeah.
But he's been busy, hasn't he? I know he said he was definitely going to be here for the last show,
Yeah.
but I know he's been busy doing his comics stuff, hasn't he? So I don't really.
Yeah,
Getting
that's
it
Who
done.
knows?
It's okay.
Maybe he said he couldn't be here, and none of us can remember.
Oh, that's definitely true.
I don't
pay attention to
remember.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you're showing your shipping. You're showing everyone's address, including mine.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. It's not actually
Check and make
my
sure,
address, it's someone else's.
Quick, send them stuff.
No, I use
Yes!
I use her.
Send them
par-
Stop sharing!
I use her parents' address because she and I are rarely home for a mail delivery.
Oh.
Where her
Sorry.
parents are very old.
So they're not going to eat all the whatchamacallits before you get there, you think?
I think they would be adverse to such things like sugar.
Would they be
bars.
disgusted?
Yeah. These are mochi and manju people.
I like mochi and manju.
Their idea of a good time is to take some squished up rice and take some dried out tea and powder it over the top. That's their good time.
Oh.
That's yummy.
It's not.
To be fair,
yummy.
I don't eat
There,
sugary
matcha
stuff
is
like
horrible.
5 days. Mochi's no, it's different. Yeah, mochi's nice. I like mochi. Do you not like mochi at all?
Nah, I can't stand it. I don't like chewy shit.
I like mochi.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I like
Not
it.
a fan of gummy bears?
Yeah.
I hate gummy bears. Yeah.
You're not a gummy bear?
I don't like chewy things.
He's a
Oh, so you don't
He's a
like chewy
bugbear.
sweets? So you don't like gelatin and stuff like that kind of any kind of sweet like
Not
that?
really. No. Like custard. I don't like custard.
Oh, how can
You know
you
what's
have
that-
Christmas without custard? It's like having a Christmas pudding without custard's weird. Or crumble without custard. There's all sorts of weirdness with that. Sorry, I know
You know
a lot
what-
of people don't like custard.
You know what's
I
that
like pudding.
chewy? You know what's
What?
that chewy?
What?
Going through each of the artists.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're keeping you waiting. I apologize. I was starting with Eric, and then he created a great doxing offense.
Oh God, yeah.
Go down in history. Yeah. Oh well. But anyway, Eric, how you doing?
Doing good.
You want to sell anything, or
No, not right now.
okay, that's good.
No, I mean just I'm going to sell Drawn and Quartered Ultimate Edition for next week.
Yeah,
Be
absolutely.
here, watch us draw shit.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Secret Santa. I think it's a great idea.
Secret Santa.
Yeah, we should do more weird, different things like that. Actually,
It
know,
seems like
Yes,
fun.
I agree.
interesting ideas. Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
join up.
Well, we'll have 4 weeks to come up with ideas.
You will, and I will be running all around Europe, wasting lots of money. I am sure.
Oh no.
Nice.
Well, maybe
Buying
people will get
islands
parachutes.
everywhere.
Well, I mean, it's not my fault.
No?
I made a simple little camping purchase in Malta. My wife is the one that extended it, so blame
so you
her.
bought a camp,
Well,
and
no,
she bought
it
the
was,
rest of Malta.
We guess it was a walk-up, not a camp, but the concept was campy, right? A place,
Right.
a port of call, a place to rest my head, right? That was the concept. But now I
a
own
place of
a-
concentration.
Right, that's right. And now I own a bed and breakfast street.
Whole street?
Wonderful.
Yay! That does sound wonderful. I hope you have a good
Just
time at
enjoy
your
it,
bed and
man.
breakfast.
I guess.
It's got a whole
Maybe.
street you can invite us all over.
Swing me out over and we'll all go visit your castle.
Yeah, well, I don't have one of those, but anyway. Oh, I do. The family does. There's a castle in Scotland, Busby Castle.
Oh, there you go.
So
Then go visit there too.
I've never been there.
Oh.
I hear it's a museum.
Oh.
That would make sense.
There's a town of Busby. They are famous for one thing, and it is little teeny horses. Busby horses.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's so
Well, like
cute.
Shetland ponies.
Yeah, they're more internationally famous, but the Busbys do it too. Yeah. And we have a gigantic forest called Greater Busby and Lesser Busby.
Greater and lesser, but a large forest with tiny horses.
Yes, that's right. That's right. But
Awesome.
yeah, that's about as close as I have to a castle, a museum. Anyway, let me continue. Thank you very much, Eric. Definitely next week. Jeff is getting impatient. I can feel the eyes burning in the back of my head. The fat Scottishman, played by Mike Myers, wanting to eat me. Gabby, hi.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming out and voting for us and supporting us. You can follow me on Instagram at gabrielle.geske. And I still have an original piece up on Eric Ninotowski's Indiegogo. You should go check out his stuff too. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you, Gabby. And this came together quick, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that looks great.
I'm just moving slow.
That's okay.
We're slowing you down.
Yeah. You know, actually, you could be very big help for me, Gabby. I do love me some Thai curry, which is coconut shrimp curry, right? But I am sure that Thai have other great curries. You should suggest one to me.
Oh yeah. Have you tried Penang curry? Like, was it a red or a green or a yellow curry that you had?
Yellow.
Yellow. you should try a red curry or even a green curry if you can get your hands on one. But I'll send some next time we're here. I mean, not literally send some, but I'll send you the names of some.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we make them ourselves. My wife's shrimp curry or Thai curry is actually quite good. She does a good job with that. Awesome. Thank you very much, Gabby. I got Melissa's displaying. Let me show that while I say hi to Amy and Melissa. How are you doing?
Hey, let me go over a little closer. Here we go. Got my cell phone because everything wanted to break today, but I'm still glad that we made it.
Yeah, a lot of technical issues today, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing wanted to work quite right, but we still made it. We had fun and got to share art and time with everybody, so it's great. And yeah, super looking forward to next week. I mean, I'm not looking forward to, being apart from you guys for is it a month?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a month. I mean, you guys can do if you want. I can't because I'm going to be
Yeah,
busy.
no, you're busy. So, so safe travels, of course, and all your adventuring. And we will see you guys next week. And yeah, anybody who wants to Secret Santa, even if you can't be on the live stream, it looks like we might even be able to make some art.
Oh, more
always
more art is better. Always.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Even if you're
Absolutely.
too shy to come on, in person and draw and chat, that you can still come along and draw and share and be a part of that. And it'll be a wonderful experience for everybody. So we're looking forward to seeing everyone. And yeah, next week it's gonna be awesome. Hopefully my computer will work.
Happy birthday, honey.
Oh, thanks.
Oh,
I appreciate it.
So what's the birthday girl's what birthday is this?
The happy one.
The happiest one ever.
Okay. You have to at least admit I'm persistent.
Yes, I respect that.
Okay. So anyway, so what did you eat for dinner, or did you have a cake or anything like that?
We got cupcakes,
Mm-hmm.
and we made some soup. We're probably going to be making we're gonna always have like a late dinner.
Yeah, usually we're kind of getting things tidied up, and it's kind of like, wait a minute, oh my gosh, we got to get things set up for the show. And I'm like, I think I've had half a cup of coffee and like a cracker.
Oh, nice.
So I'm doing pretty good on half a cup of coffee and a cracker.
Oh,
so we're going to get Amy some proper food. And we saw a little concert, and I tried. This was going to be my big premiere. Like, I was going to set this little guy to like this animation. It was going to be the first time I ever would have done on a show an animation timed to music. I found a nice little file, and I was going to time to it. And then, like right in the middle of the stream, my brother calls, and I'm like, it's the one day of the year I get a phone call from my brother, so I can't. Yeah, and he has strict hours, so I was just like, that's why it's a little
Oh
awkward
no,
than
it takes
normal.
precedence, obviously. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Family first.
So yeah, I took precedence. So I spent like easily half of the stream catching up my brother. Turns out he's studying bass too. He's going to play bass in the church choir. I'm like, we're all so musical, and I gotta try and put around learn some numbers, get a little demo tape, and see if I can't play the bass at our church. It's like, see how it goes.
Oh, bass. Yeah, bass is not a hard instrument. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can learn it. I mean, mastering it, of course, is just as hard as anything else. But putting out a basic line on a bass is far easier than guitar, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm more interested, though, although that's all great. I'm glad you got to talk to your brother. I want to know what the cupcake was.
It's your classic Publix like chocolate and vanilla cupcake. I had the little vanilla ones with a buttercream frosting. Publix has the best buttercream of like any place.
I don't know what a Publix is.
It's a
It's a Florida grocery store. I think they've got some.
It's a chain, but it's like a chain restaurant. It's a chain grocery store, but like you only see it in the southeast.
Right.
So it's
I
it's
remember
very
Piggly
beloved by
Wigglies.
the people in the area.
Kind of like Piggly Wigglies, maybe without the fun cartoon mascot.
Yeah.
But they do have the fluffiest, nicest buttercream frosting.
Yeah, you kind of can tell where you are in the country by the supermarket near you, can't you?
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
They're very regional. Funny about it.
The one near me was A and P's.
And
Well, those are long gone, dude.
What really? Yeah, A and P's. That's
Yeah.
where we went. A and P's. Yeah. What do they got now?
did they have the cookie?
No, they didn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's too.
Yeah. They had an interesting conveyor belt outside, which would bring your groceries out front for some reason. But anyway.
Oh,
Uh,
that's a fun gimmick. I like that.
Yeah,
I've never seen
interesting
another grocery
gimmick.
store do that.
yeah, it's different. But I mean, that's probably coming out of the 50s, I would imagine. Nevertheless, thank you very much, girls. Let's see what can Alan speak? No, Alan cannot speak. We can look at his art, though, and it is fun. I like the idea.
He says woof.
Woof. Fair enough. Fair enough. Johan, sir.
Hey, hello. Thank
Hi.
you for supporting us, and as usual, I'm still after the Kickstarter. Bonsat has sent me another project
Nice.
for his next book, so I'm still doing that, and I'm also preparing for my own comic to be released in Indonesia next year. Wish me luck, guys.
And what is it
Yeah,
going to be
just like
called?
that. The comic
Mm.
is Jaka Mechanics. Yeah, it's Indonesian
Jaka Nani?
Yay!
mechanic. It's a steampunk set
Oh, okay.
in Dutch Indies. Yeah,
Ooh, nice. There you go.
bet it's
Yeah,
gonna
Nate, you write what you know, dude. That's how you do, right?
yeah.
Great robots.
Yay, robots. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, thank you very much, Johan. I'm trying to
Yeah,
speed
thank
along
you.
here because once again, I can feel the penetrating stare of the Jeff.
Sorry, Jeff.
Sorry, Jeff. Rabbit.
Yeah. I don't know what you want. I don't have. I'll post. There you go. I'll post my LinkedIn. It's got all my bands links in there. I
Yeah.
couldn't put them all in one thing. I didn't realize the link tree was a thing. And you can find my art in places. Yeah, there you go. Just put it on there on my Twitter. That's the only place I put art.
Yeah, Jeff.
Instagram and
Jeff's really good at
Twitter.
what he does. So thank you, Jeff.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to put all my links together.
No, it's a
Because
good
it
idea.
makes life easier.
Yeah.
And my album's almost ready, but
Ooh.
soon. It might actually be close. I might release it just at Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Why not? Or something stupid. I don't know. I'm not sure when to release it.
I know I say these things a lot, Rabbit, but please finish that piece, dude.
I will finish it eventually. It depends what I'm in the mood for at the time. I
Fair
can't just do it.
Fair enough. Just think of Jeff.
Depends. I'll try and finish it for next week, but it depends because I think it will take me quite a while. But I suppose we'll see.
Anyway, thank you all very much. Do appreciate you. Next week we're doing Secret Santa. It's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, come back on the Sunday night for Night Owls, and we'll talk about the normal shenanigans of the entertainment world and whatever comes to our mind. It's usually just kind of a chit chat. And do keep in mind, particularly with that show, anybody's welcome to come on and have a conversation. It is an open door show. And I know a lot of you come and watch, and some are live, and we get a whole bunch more that will come in later and watch it. But you're more than welcome to come in and join us and have a chat and talk about whatever's being talked about, or bring up your own subject. It's really just for our community to sit and have conversations and talk about whatever, even though it tends to be entertainment themed.
Sure.
But anyway, so yeah, Jeff, take us out of here, sir.
Namaste.
He's in a hurry today. Namaste, everyone.
Bye.
Later, all.
Bye.
Later.
God bless.